Good evening, peoples, guys, gals. What's going on tonight? We got me and Country here. Austin's going to be joining us here in a little bit. Um, Unlike me, I've been sitting all day waiting for commands on what the next position is going to be. Country just literally stopped and got him a sandwich. And I know Austin did the same thing too. Just to kind of refresh everybody, I've been running hurricane relief in Florida and currently in Lakeland on standby. I haven't been here since Wednesday, which is kind of crazy. I've never sat for this long. But the good news is I'm getting paid every single day, no matter what I move or how I go. And lucky for me, they're paying for fuel too. So got full tanks of fuel, and I think I've driven less than maybe 400 or 500 miles this week. And probably going to have one of the biggest weeks that I've had in a long time. So thank God for FEMA. And actually, it's not FEMA that I'm working for. It's Florida Department of Emergency Management, who I'm actually working for. I guess there was a little bit of confrontation between Uncle Ronnie DeSantis and Kamala Harris, and Florida's just decided to take care of their own. So that's what's going on with the politic part of it. So I'm actually working for the state of Florida doing this. Go ahead, Country. How's your couple days been? They've been good last week?
Yeah, it's been pretty solid. I've been running consistent. Had a shitty time this morning. I was in a dock for damn near 3 hours. Even got up early for that crap and didn't need to be. That's why I'm a little tired now. I was up in oh hell, I don't know what town I was in, but I had to get loaded in Anderson, Indiana, which is about 32 miles northeast of Indianapolis. So when I loaded up there, when I got out of there about 11:30, I drove straight here. I drove straight 7 hours and 27 minutes. I didn't stop not once just to get here because, people who don't get it, then, when you do YouTube's actually a damn near a second. It's like a second job. It is a second job. It's like a full-time job. And speaking of which, I didn't even record anything yet since I parked because I was too busy trying to grab food, use the restroom, and get parked and get in here with you. So I'll do some recording afterwards. But
Have you done your SF5 video yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. That's the one I'm
That's a project that I want to make sure I get done just right, and I haven't even started piecing it together yet.
Right.
I gotta make sure I gotta make. I'm actually writing a script for this one, so it can be as informational as possible instead of going off the top of the head, so I don't forget anything.
Right.
Which I don't do script. I don't do script videos at all.
Oh, looky here. Look who just showed up. Chris Thompson. He's the Tulsa King. He's my pimp buddy. He's actually the oldest known pimp in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, man. He's a true pimp.
Okay.
He's probably laughing his ass off right now. But yeah, he is. What's up, Chris? How things are going well, buddy?
Your honorable pimpness. We bow to your presence.
That's right. That's right. We bow to your presence. And see, he's laughing. You know, Chris, it's just like the light. Come into the light. You need to come back to trucking. You need to come back. Watch the light. I've been trying to get him to come back. See, that's what he says. He's just pimping. Yeah, I bet you're pimping. You're the only man I know that's got two wives right now. So.
Lord have mercy! I can barely handle the one I had, much less do another one.
And he doesn't really want either one of them either. That's the funny thing.
Well, then, cut them loose, my friend. Cut them loose.
Yeah, he's been talking about that for about 3.5 years now. I think, I think other things will happen before that will. I mean, we'll see President Trump coming back in the office before that happens.
Yeah, well, you don't want to leave what you got till you have something better.
Yeah. See, he knows I'm already messing with him. Damn. Yeah. Chris, you wanna sneak on here with us by chance? Just to bullshit? If you do, I'll send you a link. It's up to you, man. As long as your hair is straight, even though you don't got any. Chris is a good guy. You would enjoy him. He's a lot like us. And I definitely need to get a shower tomorrow, man. Oh.
Once we're done here, I'm gonna finish up my video, and then I'm gonna go in there and take a shower.
Yeah.
Another advantage of the Schneider OCs is all the amenities.
Yeah, that's one thing that I do like about the bigger companies. You know, JB Hunt only had, like 3 or 4 locations, and I never once went to them or used their facilities. So I don't know. I did in Louisville, and that was it. And that was orientation. But says, no, I'm about to go out and eat dinner. Where are you going to eat dinner, and with who? Being nosy, making conversation here. You're going to join. You're going to bring some conversation to it.
So since it's post Milton, how'd you fare out home wise after the hurricane and tornadoes and all that?
We lost some roof shingles. Our pool cage, the screens came off. Just minor stuff like that can be fixed. Nothing major.
Okay.
He's going out to Sonic with his boy.
So how's all this stuff? You see, you're working with the Florida Department of Emergency Assistance,
Management,
FDEM. Okay.
So,
and that's totally unrelated from FEMA at all. Like they don't get funding from FEMA or nothing like that, right? It's totally separate.
I don't know that. Yeah, it's totally separate, but I don't know if they're actually getting money from FEMA. But just watching the news with
well, yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, Kamala was griping he wouldn't answer his call. He's like, she ain't got shit to do with this. She ain't president.
and Florida is putting a good majority of the money towards this. I know that. Yeah.
And you're just basically you're staged up there in Lakeland at a warehouse waiting for them to tell you where to go, basically, pretty much. I'm just kind of curious of like, I know you said they can come and grab you any time, but and you don't know when they could be, day or night, whenever they need you. And you say right now you got what attached to you?
I have tarps.
Now, what would those tarps be used for in this type of situation?
Well, to put on roofs and shit if somebody's roof's blown off, or wherever, just to keep water out, sun, whatever. That's what the tarps are used for. Austin, I see you say you're in here, but go ahead and join. I sent you the link through your email. Chris says, how's disaster relief going? It's been going good, buddy. I've driven maybe a total of 500 miles all week. Yeah. No problems here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Florida is paying the majority of this, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm just going through in my head, like, what in the hell? I mean, you have all these trucks there. I know you specifically have tarps. I'm sure you're not the only one with tarps, but it's already a day and a half. Well, Friday. It's 2 days after the storm. Surely I just wonder why the lack of movement. I know you said there's a lot of trucks in and out of there all day long. I get that. They're probably hauling the water and the food and the stuff that people need immediately, but I guess I'm just trying to understand the process.
I wish I understood the process. I don't even understand it, and I'm here, to be honest with you.
I guess because I'm all about efficiency, and if it doesn't sound efficient, then it usually isn't. And I'm like,
buddy,
why?
There is no efficiency to anything that they're doing here at all, buddy. I really don't understand it, but I'm guessing almost all the trucks that I'm hearing are going down to the Englewood area, Sarasota, Englewood, which is south of Tampa, because that's where the majority of the damage is. They sent water, food, and all that kind of stuff down there. Like I said, I think with me being with the tarps and stuff, I think I'm going to be one of the last ones to go in, because obviously that taken care of first.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I could see, and I could also see if more weather, if it started raining or something, they would probably do this tarps now just to cover up to prevent whatever. But I think when I was hearing Justin talk yesterday, his video, I think he said they were going down near Miami. You're going to the Tampa side, which is the opposite side of Florida from Miami. Or at least I guess he said he thought he was going to Miami. He really wasn't sure. They was still kind of in lingo.
Well, I can tell you right now, Vero Beach and areas south of where I live at, in between Fort Lauderdale and where I live, they had a bunch of tornadoes. They had like 31 tornadoes confirmed.
Yeah, there was 110 tornado warnings
Well,
that day, and like
and
a
there
6 hour period, and there was like 40 landed.
and there was a lot of damage down there. I mean, a lot of damage, probably just as much as there is on the East Coast, and that's probably why he's going over there.
Yeah, I would say so, because all they're hauling is a bunch of FEMA trailers, actual EDS, emergency disaster service. They're hauling with showers and sleeping quarters and
We had a
like
bunch of those.
kitchens.
We had a bunch of those up in Perry too. Those are all hauled by pickup trucks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Wife is in here. She says hello, country.
Hey, Nicole.
She said, nice, enjoy the pay and the breaks while you have them. That is true. Government and efficiency doesn't go together.
That's a fact, Jeff. That's a fact, Jeffrey.
And the wife says there's 16 people died from the Fort Pierce tornado. Now I know that Fort Pierce Police Department and Indian River County Sheriff's Office, they lost their stations. The sheriff's office down there in Indian River, they had 30 or 40 cruisers, explorers. They were getting outfitted, and it looked like the roof collapsed on all of them. They're all destroyed because of the roof.
Brutal.
Uh-huh.
Tornadoes did more damage than the actual hurricane did. Well,
yep.
I guess.
I don't know about that.
Well, I was going to kind of rephrase that. I guess because when the hurricane came through, it did rip off the freaking dome. And of course, if the wind's going to do that to a freaking superdome like that, then it's going to do more damage around it. But I haven't really seen any reports of, I guess, the aftermath yet.
Well, the dome on the Tropicana field is just.
I know. I know. It's called like every other stadium in the country, pretty much. But still, that's tough weather canvas. It's not like it's easy to rip through. Easier to rip through than a steel roof, of course, but it's still not easy to do that much. Once you tear it, it's going to just all tear. But
so
I did see a report to where Tampa Bay was drained, like sort of a reverse surge. What the hell was that all about?
I don't know, man. We've talked about this before, weather modification and stuff, and I really believe that a lot of things are going on. They've been doing this since the 1940s, man. There's a lot of documentation about it and stuff.
Are you one of those who believe the government can control the weather?
You know what? It's out there, dude.
I can't prove you wrong.
Well, when you get an ex-president that talks about it, Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ, he talked about it back in the 60s.
So everybody is talking about this damn plane that was flying above, they were saying it was a so-called weather plane, but they're saying that they're like doing a little the flight path of that plane, and saying, coincidentally the storm's going this same damn path. So I don't know. I can't prove it right or wrong. I just don't.
Those weather planes do that all the time, though, man. They go up there and do the.
I know they do that to go up there and scan it, but these conspiracy theorists over TikTok and shit, and social media, we're talking about these aren't just weather planes. These are storm controlling planes somehow and all that crap. I don't know.
I'm not talking about planes. There's other weather modification stuff that's out there. It's even more futuristic than just having planes. Let me get through some of these comments and get off the conspiracy shit so we don't get booted out of here.
We're not gonna get booted.
Brian Jess says he's been home for 9 days. Bull of the Woods says, what's up? And the wife comes in and says, that's true, because the way the tides were, the rotation of the storm caused the water to get sucked away. So the tides were opposite because of the storm.
There's also saying that we're supposed to have a second moon, which I've yet to see. Somebody was saying, whoever stole the shit out of the ocean, you gave us a second moon. Now our tides are all screwed up. Give it back. Give it back.
Wife said she can also go into storm seeding and chemtrails. Jeffrey Coon said the weather girl on Good Morning America said it was on The View that it can be manipulated. Huh?
I mean,
You got to
Interesting.
believe everything that's on the View, don't you?
I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm just an ignorant redneck from West Virginia, and I will never believe. Well, I don't want to say never, but I'm going to say never. I will never believe that we can control the weather. But
Well, it's just more
unless there's
technology
solid,
that's going to come through.
unless there's solid. Well, the technology apparently has been around since 1960. Okay, so I mean, we can say advanced technology all we want. We can say aliens are coming and all that crap. We can say that we have this extraterrestrial knowledge from the space cowboys.
Buddy, we got
That
shit that we don't even know about, dude.
oh,
That
I'm
they're not
sure.
doing.
I mean, for all I know, we are on a flat Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I'm
So,
just a big old bodunk from West Virginia.
think about that for a second. Me and the wife was talking about that last night, and I came up with that. But think about, Christopher Columbus when they were sailing to America. They always said that they didn't want to fall off the edge of the earth. That was what they were always scared about. Think about that. So this is dating back to, the late 1400s and 1500s. They were scared they were going to sail off the edge of the earth. So what were they thinking? They might have been ahead of the times. In all these years, we've been lied to about, the earth being round. Again, I'm not saying either way. I mean, there's convincing arguments on both sides. There really is if you really research it. And I'm not a flat earther by any means, but when you got evidence out there and proof of stuff, it makes you think about it. So my
Well,
wife,
when you say, I mean, I know who you were talking to, Nicole. I mean, people refer to me as BC all the time, but there's difference. The question is, where is this evidence and proof? What's the source of that? That's the question. Is it from a YouTuber or a TikTok video or some
it's all kinds of stuff.
meteorologist?
And
I mean,
with your theory there, what's the proof to the round theory? We're reading stuff in our textbooks that we've been
hey,
taught.
listen, I can't prove either theory. No,
Right.
that's the thing. Nobody can prove anybody right or wrong. That's just a fact. So people are going to believe what they want to believe.
If the
I'm gonna
government's
believe
been lying to us about other stuff, who knows? They might be lying to us about this shit too.
that's always a possibility. But I'm just going to go off of the way I was grown and the way I was taught, I guess. And if that happens to be wrong, then one day I find out. Then you know what? I was freaking wrong. There's no harm, no foul. I learned something new.
I haven't heard this theory, but Brian Jess says the second moon is a piece of an asteroid out of an asteroid belt. This is common occurrence because they said it will go away shortly. They said it's too small to see. I haven't heard that one.
I tell you what, I did hear at one point. This was back when the 2012, right? The whole end of the world crap. This is when the Planet X theory was a thing. Remember Planet X?
Oh yeah.
They were talking about if you put your thumb up, cover the sun or the moon up, you would see another sun or moon. I can't remember which one it was. You would see another one, but it wasn't actually another sun or moon. It was a spaceship coming back for the aliens to come back here and harvest all of us. I'm like, harvest? But yeah, they're going to eat us. They're going to take all the kids and the young ones, take them to another planet and replant them somewhere else. I'm like, when I heard that story, I laughed so hard in that dude's face, it pissed him off. I was like, bro, what the hell's wrong with you? He's like, I tell you. I'm like, okay, Mr. Serious, have at it. I can't prove you wrong. That's kind of my go-to is. I can't prove you.
Let me get these comments. So, Life on 18 Wheels is speaking Spanish there, and I don't know what he's trying to say, so it don't matter.
Hola, como estas, amigos? He's saying hello, guys.
Jeffrey Kuhn said manipulated and controlled aren't the same.
That's true.
Again,
that's true.
The earth is round. Jeffrey Kuhn is quoting things that were said on The View.
Oh, okay.
And Chris Thompson says, holla, Life on 18 Wheels, que tal?
No, it's not holla. It's hola.
Hola. Well, like Chris really knows Spanish. I'm sure he's looking at
I don't know a lick of Spanish, but I know hola, and I can read the words and I can just kind of guess what he was saying.
Now that Chris is on here, and I'll let you talk here in just a second there, Austin, but I got to tell this funny story. So me and Chris, and I'm going to go back, and he's going to be mad at me for telling this story, but it's funnier than shit. I got to talk about it. So me and Chris met each other doing doubles. He's still trying to speak Spanish. We did doubles with FedEx Ground, and we were team. We switched our shifts between 4 and 5 a.m. almost every morning. I did the night shift drive, and he did the day shift. And it was, 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever, and we were switching our shift, and I got ready to go into the sleeper and was going to go to sleep. And him, like a little woman, it takes him about 30 minutes to primp his hair and go take a pee and poop and whatever he's got to do. It takes him 30 minutes to get a switch over. So he finally gets in the truck and gets ready to start rolling and stuff. And when he does, he drives for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then all of a sudden, damn it, he starts screaming. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I open the curtains up, and all I see is, it was the TAs where we were, and he was trapped. All I could see was the doors of the shop. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, I thought this was the exit. I didn't know where the exit was. I'm like, okay, well, let me get out and take a look. And at that moment when I said that, I looked in the driver's mirror, just looking back, and I see the second set of trailer was sideways on its 2 wheels. I said, Chris, stay right where you're at. Don't move. Let me figure this out for that trailer tumps over. Because if that trailer tumps over, it's going to tump over. And so I get out and take a look and turn it to the right just a little bit. Turn it to the left just a little bit. And then finally the trailer came down. Boom! It came down on all of its wheels, made a real loud bang. I'm surprised we didn't wake anybody up, but we didn't. And I got to looking at the trailer. I said, Chris, how the hell did you do that? He's like, I guess I made the turn too tight, because when you make those turns tight and the dolly gets in there and gets snapped, it's going to put the wheels in the air. You know what I'm talking about, guys, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I go back and look at the first set of trailers, and there's a slit right there in the trailer. And I'm like, Chris, go back and take a look at this. So what happened is the second trailer sliced the first trailer. And let me tell you what, you guys know these trailers aren't taken care of. And this is probably bad of me even telling this story, but it's funny. So I said, I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? He said, nope, I didn't see anything either. We took the loads on in. There was no damage other than just that little slit. And that was the only time we ever heard of anything. But that's my little story of doubles. I thought it was funny at the time. And there he goes. It said, of course, here we go. Quit talking Spanish, guys. Chris is laughing. Quit talking Spanish. Everybody's doing Spanish. Jeffrey Cooney. I'm not quoting anything. I'm not quoting anything. I'm just saying I saw a certified, educated meteorologist demonstrate that they can manipulate storm clouds on national television. I've actually seen that before, Jeffrey, and that's one of the things. Good times. I'm just getting caught up on these comments. Not that that's not a quote. If you have enough balls enough to type it out, leave it up for everyone to read. I guess somebody took it down, huh? Wow.
What down?
I guess Brian took that quote down. The only thing certified on the View is that those yentas are loony. All right. So what's going on with you, Austin? How's your week?
Nothing. Everything's been deleted off
Going
of this
good.
side. Has been the Life
Just
of
got
18
done
Will's
eating.
first comment.
Okay. Tell them about
Let's
your
finish
week.
up my week tomorrow.
You want to tell them about your week, how things are going?
Yeah, everything went good this week. Went up to Northeast, then came back to Arkansas, then got Jonesboro down to Orlando, and I'm gonna drop it in the morning and take the weekend off.
Okay.
About a $6,900 week to the truck.
Good deal.
Good week there, buddy. Look at you right there, balls to the wall, baby.
About 3,400 miles this week when it's all said and done.
Are you a member of the JB Hunt ICs on Facebook?
No.
Are you on Facebook?
No. Well, I've got an account, but I don't never do anything with it.
There's an account on there. They were talking about I don't want to talk. I told what the account was on Wednesday, so it's no big deal, no big secret now. The Frito-Lay shit is on all load boards now, is what somebody put on there. They found them on, I forget what load board he said, but it's also on, the JB Hunt contractor division and the independent division, both. So,
well, I've not seen any of them pop up there, but I don't ever look because I always talk to Julie, and that's
right
how I do mine.
Hey, I just realized I got a
And as
pinhole
far as
right
all the
here.
futuristic talk y'all was talking about, one
Yeah.
day, probably not in the future that we'll be here in, but it'll be just like Star Trek Next Generation. We'll be exploring the galaxy. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel
Either
like we
that
should
or the
all-
lands beyond, one of the two.
I feel like we should already be exploring the galaxy.
We're probably not far off from it with what's that, SpaceX?
Mm-hmm.
Musk?
You guys are going back and forth of talking about your huge balls and talking about the view and shit. I'm not gonna put that up there. Said the meteorologist was certified. You guys are just going back and forth on that. I don't want to go through all that.
That's all right. They're having their own conversation. That's fine.
Yeah. So anybody want to talk about their jobs this past week, how things went, what's going on?
We already have.
I'm not talking
We
about
already
you. I'm talking
have.
about the
We
people in
already-
the comments.
What people? We got people?
Yeah.
We got
Got
people watching
14.
us?
We got 14 in here watching us. I know Brian Jess said he's been off for 9 days, so there's him. Life on 18 Wheels, he was on Wednesday. We know what he's doing. He's doing absolutely nothing but sitting at his house.
He ain't got his truck yet.
That closed until Monday.
Yeah,
You gotta go pick it up on Monday.
they haven't been able to reopen yet.
He says currently he doesn't have a job, is what he just said.
Well,
Well,
he's
you
got.
still-
I
He's
think
still
he
at
said he's
Atlanta,
got-
sir.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, but technically, but currently he's just setting. So that's what he means. That's what he means.
Hurricane issues. What hurricane issues did you have? You didn't tell me anything that you had.
He's
Yeah, he
he's
was talking about he wasn't worried about the hurricane last
He's
time.
responding. He's responding to why the dealership's closed. It's just that's why this is hurricane issues. Somebody said, why haven't you got the truck yet? Dealership's closed. Why are they closed? Hurricane issues.
Brian just said he ran one load from Vero Beach to Acadia. Got paid $1,700. That's a nice little hit right there. It's only a couple 100 miles.
Pop Tart.
Said I told you the other day, dumb nuts. There's Pop Tart. She was on the other night too, country.
Yeah, I watched the VOD. I told you I watched it. What was it, Wednesday morning? Yeah, yesterday morning. Before I even started my day, I watched the VOD. I texted you and said, "Who was that asset you kicked off?" That's the first thing. That's the first thing I texted you yesterday morning when I was watching that shit. So, who
That's
the
funny,
hell
wasn't
is that asset?
Did you happen to see that show, Austin?
Oh yeah, the live. Yeah, I seen it.
Wednesday nights?
Well, I listened to it while I was driving anyway.
Did you hear the first 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, with the guy that was acting stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
remember his name, but yeah.
Yeah, Jacob.
Gotta love fucking.
Did he ever
autocorrect.
call and apologize to you?
He's not going to. You know why?
Mm-mm.
Because I blocked him.
No, you blocked him out of the way, didn't you?
I blocked him everywhere, man. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
Gotta love autocorrect. 18 was trying to go, "Hey Pop Tart," it came out, "Hey Pottery."
Hey, Pottery. Hey, Pottery Barn. How are you?
then he had to correct it, Pop Tart. Jacob was entertaining.
Yeah, that's what she said. That was kind of fun. You know, thinking back on it, I probably should have left him on there and just messed with him. But I just wasn't in the mood that night. If he would have done that tonight, then I would have been okay. I would have left him in and we would have roasted his ass.
I mean, I could tell initially he was kind of just one of those like, I'm not dealing with bullshit today.
Yeah.
James,
Right.
have you been home any since you're right here by your house?
No, not this week. I was home. Let's see. I left out Sunday night. Is what I did. I left out Sunday night. Or I'm sorry, Monday morning. I left out Monday morning. So I was home over the weekend.
Hey Brian, who you driving for, buddy?
He drives for SRO Logistics.
Oh, he's the SR guy. Okay.
Yeah. Got a load from Lakeland to Atlanta with a backhaul to Sarasota tomorrow for $2,600. Booked off Warner Load Board. Wow. Who's big between Snyder and JB Hunt or Swift?
The biggest would be Swift.
Yeah, Swift's probably the biggest out of that.
And that's because they have Swift, Knight, US Variant, US Express, all of that under one umbrella. That's why I would say they're the biggest, because they got the four megas under one name.
Well, believe it or not, the way Swift does it, Swift and Knight are one company. All the other ones that they own, they're all separate companies, and they don't count them. Even with just Swift Knight, they're still bigger than anybody else.
CSA score counts them.
Who does?
CSA.
I understand, but they're done at their own CSA scores, though, is what I'm saying. US Express, Variant, all those, they are done independently off of what Swift does. I promise you on that. Because I know Swift and Knight are the only two that are merged together. The other ones are all ran as independently owned companies.
It's even like Schneider bought Midwest Logistics, another company called MLS. Actually, that's the same company, MLS. Yeah, Midwest Logistics. They bought some company up in Boston area. This is all last year. They bought like 3 companies last year, and again, they're not like under the Schneider name. They just take over the operations and run them.
So Pop Tart says she's going to the Falcons game Sunday, and she don't even watch sports. Life on 18 Wheels is just confirming what I said, and she says she's a Cowboys fan.
If you don't watch sports, why Pop Tart? No, don't be a Cowboy. I know you're going to the Atlanta game. You told me. Now you'll have a blast. But if you say you don't watch sports, and are you automatically just saying you're a Cowboys fan because somebody you love is a Cowboy fan and you want to support them? Cowboys are the absolute most un-American team on the planet.
Oh, so while you're all talking about that, I went to Walmart a little earlier, and I always try to put out good stuff for good eats. I got a frozen pizza, and this is it. Better, if you can see it, Better Goods.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the best frozen pizzas I've ever had. As long as you're okay with just a little bit spicy, because the sauce is kind of spicy. Man, it was good. I ate the whole damn thing.
Spicy meatball.
What was
you cook that in the microwave, or you got a toaster oven big enough to fit that?
I got a combination air fryer, microwave oven, and toaster oven all in one. It's actually a bacon oven.
Gallon.
Yeah, gallons.
Gallon. No, gallons.
Gallons.
I've got the same microwave, but it don't do anything.
It's pronounced gallons.
I don't think it's gallons because it's not an S. It's a Z. Gallons.
Galanz. It's pronounced gallons. It's not French. It's not gallons. It's not all fancy like Porsche. No, it's gallons.
What's that?
That's gallons. That's gallons. Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree with you. Until they tell me something differently, that's what I'm going to call it.
Who's they? Who's they? Who is they? Got to be the one to tell you.
Whoever the company is, it's like
then go to one of their product manufacturing videos. You'll hear them pronounce it gallons.
Okay, I will. But it's just like what you said. You actually said it right. Porsche. A lot of people call it Porsche. It's not Porsche. Porsche.
It's only a Porsche. It only turns to Porsche once you own one.
That's right.
We're in America. It's a Porsche to everybody else. It's like it's a Jaguar until you own one, and all of a sudden it's Jaguar. Like the J turns to a Y. Shut the fuck up. You know?
So, James, when you use that microwave, does it work without your truck running, or will it beep at you when you got it going?
You got to turn the truck on.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
the
truck has to be running for a little bit, because if you just start it up just to do it, it'll still beep at you. It's got to have a little bit of charge to it, because it'll take the charge down. So I got to let it run for about 10 or 15 minutes before I start cooking and using it.
Well, those gallons are like 2,000 watts, I believe. Those you got. They're on 2,000 watts, right?
I think they're about 1,200.
I think he's right. I think it's 1,200.
Is it only 12? That's why the microwave I got's 1,100 watt. and it's just a microwave. It's not the combo. It's oddly enough, this microwave came with this truck when I bought it. But that's the same exact microwave that I bought for my company truck 2 years ago when I bought it from Walmart for
Yeah.
$100, 90 bucks or whatever. I mean, it's the same exact one. And I didn't know at the time that they were microwave, air fryer, toaster oven combos, like the gallons that you both got, and for like $150, or not much more than I paid for that damn cheap ass thing, right? So I wish I would have got one, but this is 1100 watts, and there was times in my company truck to where I had Opti-Auto on, but I didn't want to start the truck. I wanted Opti-Auto to do it so the metrics wouldn't trigger me turning the key or some shit. So I would turn that microwave on to drain the battery enough to where it would start up automatically, just so I could have some air, right? But um, but yeah, I mean, I run this microwave no problem for 4 or 5 minutes before the thing starts beeping. But that's why I thought those were like 2,000 waters, which is why you said you had to start it up to run while you're using it. Otherwise, it'll start beeping at you.
Well, the way I understand these inverters is the inverters that's on my truck's 1,800 watts, but that's only
Mine too.
900 per channel. So that microwave's pulling more than 900 out of one channel.
I don't know about that channel shit. Now you're talking beyond me. All I know is I got a inverter that's got 1,800 on it, and that's all I know about. What
So,
channels are we referring to?
I don't know. That's just the way I've always understood it. I don't remember where I heard that from. It was probably off YouTube somewhere.
let's get caught up in these comments. So, Life on 18 Wheels is digging at Pop Tart. Says he sees why they're always losing now. Just wanted to see an NFL game, so we bought the tickets last Christmas.
Gotcha.
And gallons is what Life on 18 Wheels says.
It's gallons.
It was less than $100 for everything because we bought them before the season started.
Oh, nice. Now, I'll be honest, back to the gallons thing, I have no clue. I'm just a dumb bodunk redneck from West Virginia. Gallons, it's gallons. I'm a redneck. It's going to be, now, I will not say gallons. I ain't going to do it. I'm not fancy.
Not fancy like Applebee's?
Fancy
No, I
like,
don't really. Applebee's is not one of my, I'm not a big Applebee's fan. They've screwed me too many times.
Hey James, did you go over to Wahoo the other week where I sent you the map coordinates to? Did you try that or did you drive on past?
what I ended up doing is I just went on and drove all the way to Lake City, and that literally ran my whole clock out. And I parked there at the Texas Roadhouse. I know the Texas Roadhouse. I can get in and get out of there, and went in and had a steak is what I ended up doing.
Like, oh yeah. Bonehead Truckers.
Ike is another trucking icon who also helped start this YouTube trucking world. I've seen them all come together over the last decade. Yeah, he's a little different, man.
She's seen them all come and go. She's saying she's seen many trucking YouTubers just fade away. And go, I mean, people who leave the industry and they're not, and their content they were creating was about that industry, then they have no reason to keep doing content.
Looky here. Do we have another troll? Zach, because you're all putting me to sleep. Boring place. Boring piece.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's troll or not. I'm just saying he just said he's bouncing.
Oh, bounce, but we can't please everybody.
Yep, yeah, he's gone. He said bye, so he's gone. Shit, I lost my damn thought. Oh shit. Whatever. Don't matter. I was a hunt. There's their answer. I was like, well, I don't really know anyone else who likes the Cowboys but Ike's. Okay, if that's why you chose the Cowboys, then you gotta realize he lives in Texas. Okay. He lives in Texas, so he's going to support his home team. Now I want to. I spend a lot of time in Texas, but I'm a Bills fan, so I will never, ever, ever be a Cowboys fan. Ever. Cowboys are the people who want to call America's team. Bullshit. Red, white, and blue is the Buffalo Bills. That's truly America's team. I don't care what anybody says. Now my buddy, he lives in Houston. He's a Texan fan, but he also hates the Dallas Cowboys. But if you're going to go to see the Falcons, you got to become a Falcon fan. They're doing pretty good this year.
Yeah, they beat us. Barely.
Who's your Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah. Ever since 1976.
Damn, how old are you?
Born in 70, man. The team was formed in 76.
Damn, you that older? You that much older than me? You're my sister's age.
Well,
I'm 77, baby.
I am too.
You're 77 as well.
yeah,
Yep, November.
you guys look older than me, man. Jesus Christ. I feel pretty good.
You might want to look in the mirror again. You want to compare? I got gray, yeah, but you want to compare? Come on.
Let me tell you something. All I got to do is shave this off, go back to black hair, like our brown, dark brown hair. Guys, I would lose 15 years on my age. Easy.
All any man in his 40s and 50s has to do is shave all that off and dye their hair back brown or whatever the original color is. They'd all do the same damn thing. Don't be acting like it's just you.
I don't know about
Come
that,
on.
man. I've got no wrinkles and no skin.
Well, I ain't got no
bullshit.
wrinkles. I ain't got no wrinkles. But I won't go beardless because I got a scar right here. I got a scar right here, and I got a scar right here. That's from being a redneck from West Baghdad, Virginia, bar fighting, holler fighting, just fighting for fun. Just, hey, we're bored. Let's, boom, I hit you.
Some
That's
Rogaine
just-
will make me look younger. Well, Rogaine is for people that need to grow hair. I got news
Yeah,
for you. I've got no problems growing hair. I will
know.
never go bald, and you can write that down. Now, I will go
Yeah.
gray, but I'm not going to go bald. You can ask my
Yeah,
wife. I got
I won't
plenty
go bald.
of hair.
Yeah, I won't go bald either. I got too much hair for that shit.
I've got too many family members that have hair.
No,
I was
I'm
gonna go
already
bald
going
out
there.
Yeah, if I was going to go bald, I'd have already started. My hair's always been super thick.
Life on 18 Wheels is trying to he's trying to do like a Jacob from the other night to show his youngness attitude.
Well,
Trying to
Yeah.
rile you up.
I have to boot his ass off here too.
how the hell is he going to be running around with his girl, but he's in the chat bullshitting? He could have been in here talking about his.
now
He
he's
could
going,
have been in here talking
He's
about
got-
his truck.
he's going a different way. Skinhead James would look terrifying. Well, I got to tell you something. If you had an afro, you'd look terrifying. How about that? Oh man. So Pop Tart Gone Trucking, one of the best one who ever came out was Trucking Exec. I don't remember him. YouTube
don't
took
know
his
who that is.
channel down too, and he started a new one, but he was picked up by the feds and he's out now. So speaking of old channels, there's two of them that I started watching from the beginning, and it's called Truckers Education News now, but it was called something else, and he started at Schneider. And you can look him up if you want to, their country. He started that, and that's what got me started. And I'm going back 2013, 2014. That really got me interested into doing the owner-operator. He did a lease on a purple Volvo through Schneider, paid it off, and now he's got his own authority, and he's got, I don't know how many trucks he's got under his authority, but he's got quite a few trucks of his own too. And the other one was a Prime guy. And his name is, God, what is his name? He started one, got out of it, and quit Prime. And then just in the last 2 years, he got arrested for having child pornography on his fucking computer and shit, and went to prison. Mark State, that was his name. Staite, Mark State. I watched a lot of his videos for years, and you would never know that he was that type of person. Never know it.
25 million from trucking companies. How the hell did he do that?
Wow, that's crazy.
How the hell did he do that? Hey, Zulu, what's up, buddy?
I'd like to know more about that guy. $25 million, huh? Wow. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. There's a lot of YouTubers, man, that have just disappeared, you know, from doing trucking videos and stuff. There's another guy I used to watch, Carolina Trucker. He's been quite a few different places. He just disappeared. The other guy is Another Day with Waylon. We've talked about him before, Country. And
Yeah.
he just
I
He
never,
went to
disappeared.
doing cruise stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, he's doing cruise stuff now.
I never could get behind him. He was just always an idiot in my head.
Well, the problem is he wouldn't deadhead any more than like 50 miles, 25 or 50 miles. That's why he was never doing any good.
Well, he was fake. He wasn't genuine, and he was always crying about something. Always thinking the world was against him. Talking about how Snyder was hiding loads from him and all that crap. And he's just so damn negative. And then when he flipped the switch one day, tried to be positive. Oh, I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless and all that crap. You can just tell when someone's not genuine. At least my gut can anyway. If I feel you're not genuine, like I told you the first time, after the second time we talked, I was like, hell, if I didn't feel you was being real, we wouldn't have had a second conversation. You know what I mean? And whether it's good or bad, I look for people that I feel are being genuine. I mean, for all I know, people that I talk to now are just full of me. I don't know, but I don't believe so. If people are just genuine, I can get behind that. But if people are just posing and being fake, I feel like I can tell that, and I don't want nothing to do with them.
So, Big Rig CO was a good one too. Flying Patty said his channel was really good. So, King JV wants to join the channel, I'm assuming.
Who is that? I mean,
I
I
don't,
know I've seen the name in your chat before, but
yeah, he's
do
been
you
in here
know him?
before. I don't know him. I told him, I asked him, I said, you want to join the live? If he does, I'll send him my phone number and he can, I'll text him the link if he
Eh,
wants to come in.
eh, eh,
So
eh.
here's another one. This was back in the trucking with Indiana Jack days. Yeah, I remember Indiana Jack too. Life on 18 Wheels, Trucking Hustle, LaShawn Parks, Trucker Brown is what got him in. LaShawn Parks is another one that was kind of, I don't know, he would do different shit too.
I tell you what, I didn't get into the trucking YouTube. I mean, I didn't even watch any of the trucking YouTube world until I started doing my rookie vlogs 2 years ago. And then who did I find? I like Just Trucking. I found him. Trucking Together. Allison Martin, found them. Trucking with Schmidt, found him. And then once I started posting Snyder content, KO's video came across me, and he's the first YouTuber that I reached out to, and we developed a friendship. And I don't watch a lot of different channels. There's only like a handful of channels that I watch because I ain't got time to watch everybody. So I just select a few that I watch, and that's who I watch. And if for whatever reason I don't have any videos to watch that night, if there's something that pops up that catches my eye on my recommended page, I'll go check them out. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably watching them for about 30 seconds and I'm closing it out.
I got several people. I just hop back and forth depending on what I'm in the mood for. So I still got a lot of crime YouTubers that I watch.
All right, King JV, I just sent you my number. If you want to join in, I'll send you the link. He wants to talk about the spot market. He's on a smaller carry and he wants to give his insight. I will warn you, if you come on the channel and you start doing stuff like the guy did the other night, you'll be out of here. Not trying to be mean or anything. I'll give you a shot.
Yeah, just be respectful.
Be respectful. That's all I ask. 18, I'm on top of it, buddy. Let me make sure I put this banner up again here. Hold on a second. There we go. There you go, 18.
But he's not even here. What? That banner don't make sense right now.
I know. So here's another one too. Dooner Livingstone, he's funny, and Super Trucker Dan have great channels. Flatbed, step deck related. King JV, I'm waiting on your text.
Yeah, I watched Super Trucker Dan too. He's one of the ones. He don't post often, so I have a chance to squeeze him in from time to time. Oh, hey Patty, how you doing, buddy? I got your email. I even favorited it so I wouldn't lose it. I'll shoot you a text to that number later on, so you'll have my number as well in case you ever want to reach out and holler at me or anything.
Well, King JV don't send me a text. I guess he don't want to come on.
Well, there is a delay between the time we talk and the time they chat and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, you're talking like 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, it's not long at all.
That's like a minute. From what I've determined anyway.
Life on 18 Wheels says he's here, but in the comments. Yeah, right. Believe it or not, we got 17 people on here on a Friday night. Not as good as last Friday, but still pretty decent. What's your hat say, Austin? What is that?
K-Max Transportation hat I stole from the house. My wife works at an equipment place in Tallahassee, so she deals with flatbedders.
Your wife drives too?
No, she's more like kind of like a dispatcher just for that company that she was working for.
Carry me, please. Welcome, buddy. How you doing, man? Shooter Brown know how to make people laugh. I don't know Shooter Brown. Yeah, y'all mentioned people I never heard of, old school people, all that stuff.
All right, King JV, I'm sending you the link. All right, you got the link.
So he says, I have an SFI truck on with a smaller carrier. Want to give him an insight, run a spot. Gotcha.
That's a part of this channel, man. I welcome anybody to come in that wants to. If he wants to come on, give anybody a shot. 18, you like Shooter Brown? Pop-Tart, howdy.
Cash's King just went live.
Yeah,
I got notification.
He always does on Friday nights. Trying to do competition with me. I might send him a thing saying, hey, don't go live on my nights.
Send him a cease and assist.
Yeah. He said, give him 6 minutes. He's got to park. Life on 18 Wheels says, who's Shooter Brown? I don't know. I don't know who Shooter Brown is. That's one I don't know. Oh, man.
I meant that about an Irish welcome. Catskill Mountains. That's what everybody. Bro, I like the whole heritage of Irish, so I'm pretty sure I would definitely enjoy that.
So Carrie me, I saw you made a comment. How's it going to you? And then Pop-Tart put another one up. You got to be kidding me. You got to watch him. He's got plenty of problems.
Yeah, I don't know who Shooter Brown is. I've never heard of him.
Man, it's starting to get a little warm in here.
All right, Pop-Tart. Have a good night, sweetheart. Thank you for coming by.
See you later. Went back and watched a lot of your videos when you went from Swift to Schneider. Very good information about the SFI trucks. Appreciate it, man. I try to put out true stuff. Swift wasn't a bad company. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Zulu, I think you were the one asking about what companies to go to. I think Swift would be a good company to start out at. So Alaska Hall's making a comment. Is this the lease purchase get together? Oh, you're back Friday. You're back on that again, huh? Alaska.
Every Friday.
Yeah, he's one of them that likes to troll the channel too. That's okay.
Yeah, let him.
And all the comments help with the YouTube algorithm.
Oh man.
I don't understand
I don't understand people talking about how lease purchase is a scam and all this. Whether you buy the truck or not, it doesn't matter. If you run a business, you have cost. And the lease payment on the truck is simply a cost of doing business.
Well,
Whether
I
you
did a
want a
video.
brick and mortar business or whatever, you got to pay rent for that building.
That's
I
right.
did a video specifically, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, maybe, the difference between owner operators, lease purchases, and lease operators. The lease operators is the scam because you're paying a full lease for a truck that you're never going to own. So the company don't have to pay taxes on you.
There's only a couple companies that actually do that legitimately.
Hirschbach being one of them.
Well, you can buy the truck at Hirschbach. It's not strictly a lease. You can buy it at the end.
You cannot buy it at the end. You
Really?
never own the truck. You
I did
cannot.
not know that.
That's what I was told when I was talking to him.
I know
And
Ardor Express is that way, but I didn't realize Hirschbach was.
And you can't pick a new truck. You get whatever truck they have available. You don't get to choose your truck. They assign you one. You're paying a lease amount, and the longer you drive, the less they pay you. And see, I know Hirschbach. See, Prime is kind of in a sort of way like that because your first lease, you can't purchase the first one. The second,
Right, but
You
after 3
most
months,
certainly can. Even
Not
if you
till
do just a standard lease at Prime, you can purchase that truck after 18 months or at the end of the lease, the same as it is at SFI.
I must have misunderstood what they said because the first term they said you couldn't own it. You had to turn it in. The second one you could buy.
Mm-mm. Well, if you go to Prime as a student with no CDL, you get your CDL through Prime, then you do your TNT training at Prime, and then you lease a truck. It can be a standard lease. At the end of that lease, you have the option to buy it for $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, whatever they say the fair market value is. But you can buy it at the end of that first lease if you want to.
On the first one. Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. You work there, so.
Yeah, I mean, my first truck that I got on my own, if I wanted to buy it out, it would have been 56 or 57,000 on that Peterbilt if I wanted to get financing or pay cash for it or whatever. I could have bought it. I could have taken the lease completion money that I was paid for the lease completion and added to that money and paid that truck off.
Well, I must have just misunderstood what they told me when I was speaking to them. I mean, I heard this from the recruiters when I was discussing all these options. I mean, the only thing I can think of is I had to have misunderstood what she said.
Yeah, the lease purchase program is the same thing, except the last payment you make, then you pay $100, and basically the $100 is to transfer the title to you, and they have the title ready for you in Springfield, and you just go pick up the title.
You know, if I was really going to choose Prime because one is I wanted more options for trucks, and I was wanting to customize it the way I wanted to through them without doing it on my own. But also the reason I didn't do it is because of the vampire schedule and 64 mile an hour. That's just too slow. That's just slow. So
yeah, I don't think there's a company out there that has a better lease purchase than Prime does that I know of. Not even SFI. I mean, it's a pretty good deal what I got here with SFI, but I can't order a truck through SFI. I can't customize it in any way.
Right.
And you still have a down payment at SFI, just not as high of a down payment as you would at Prime.
Yeah. I mean, you can customize your SFI truck. You just got to follow some rules. Anything that gets bolted, I mean, not through them, you can do it on your own. Anything that gets bolted on's got to stay on if you turn the truck back in. Yeah. Like lights or APU or anything like that. Although an APU, I would unbolt that bitch quick. I'm keeping it. But you can customize it with graphics or whatever you want. Like I did mine. I think James is going to do his eventually.
I thought James had already done his.
Not yet. I've got everything ready to go, but just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I got to get a mock-up done still, and I'm still trying to figure that out. And so he can kind of get a final look of what it could look like when it's done before he pulls that trigger and pays money. I'd like to get that set up for him so he can at least look at it, and we can tweak any design at that point before it's too late. So I'm still trying to figure out that program so I can get that done. I just haven't had time lately. No, here I am using the excuse I haven't had time, James. I haven't had the time. Like
I
I'm
hear
always.
you. Well, fuck, it took
Well,
me almost 2 months to get your video for you. So,
well, it's just I'm always busting your balls talking about
yep.
time. Make a video, damn it, just fucking do it, And I'm not. Here I am saying I ain't had the time to do it, sit down and just focus on it, which I
You're doing
haven't.
you're doing your graphics through Stripes and stuff, aren't you, James?
Well, I was, but he's doing them for me now. So, yeah. So let me read some of these comments. Zulu says, "I don't understand it either. It seems like that there isn't any better way to learn how to run a truck from the business end. I don't see the information isn't that valuable."
Hang on, let's read that again. I don't understand it either. It seems that to me that there isn't any better way to learn how to run a truck from the business end. Well, yeah. The best way to learn is to do it. So get your own damn truck. That way you learn all the expenses involved in it and learn how to control your operating costs.
Flying
You're
Patty
right.
says there are pros and cons to both. I bought an older high mileage truck. I don't have to run all the time, but when I'm off like this week, I'm doing maintenance that you guys don't have to. That's one of
That's
the things
true. With
about.
you got the older truck, so yeah, you got to be on top of it. And at some point, our newer trucks will be older trucks, so we'll be in the same boat.
Salazar says he's waiting on a load at Tyson. Brian Jess says, "What do you guys think about Lakeland to Waycross, back to Douglas to Lakeland, $1,200, $223 a mile? Trying to stay close to home this week because I have a doctor's appointment coming up." Sounds fine to me.
You get
Yeah.
positive 2 a mile. You're doing okay, brother.
So I like Schneider, but I'm thinking that since I'm planning to start in January, maybe that dreadful 30,000 at Prime might be benefit driving through the winter.
Are you talking about the 30K to TNT program?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, personally, okay, it's just going to depend on you. Do you feel like you need to be with somebody for 30,000 miles, or do you feel like you can get behind the wheel after a week with 3 weeks of training, 2 weeks in wherever you train, and 1 week on the road with the TE? It all depends on you. If you think you can get behind the wheel and drive safely, quickly, I'd say go Schneider. But if you feel like you want that extra 30,000 miles behind the wheel and a partner, then again, that's just it all depends on how you are when it comes to learning and your confidence. That's all it is.
Well, there are some
Whatever.
guys I had
Now,
truck that I had to, they needed more than 30 days. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
now the 30,000 miles, guys, you got to remember that is truck miles. It's not individual
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's only
cumulative. Yeah.
about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how your trainer runs his truck.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, you're riding and he's sleeping and he's driving and you're sleeping. Yeah, it's a cumulative miles. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But myself, I was never going to be in a truck sleeping with somebody else driving me. It was not going to happen. I don't trust
It
anybody
all
that
depends
much.
on your trainer, who you get. Me and my trainer, when I was at Prime, I didn't get my CDL at Prime. I got my CDL from the trucking school down in Melton, Florida. But I had to do TNT at Prime. But I had a good trainer. Me and him worked well together.
Well, that's fine, like I said, but it's all in the beginning. It's all random. You never know who you're going to get, and
Oh, yeah, you don't know who you're going to get.
I'm not letting nobody that I don't know drive me while I'm sleeping. It's not. It's just not. It wasn't going to happen. It still ain't going to happen. I don't trust nobody that much.
So Brian Jess says it picks up at noon on Monday and back in Lakeland, delivering 1900 on Tuesday. Zulu says,
26 hours, $1,200.
how many
That's
people always hate on the lease? That's correct. There's a lot of people that always hate on the lease.
And if you think about it, usually the ones that hate on them are the ones that were unsuccessful at doing so.
Well,
I mean, it's not easy. It's not. As I've voiced concern in some recent videos, talking about different options going through my head, and I've got to try other things. And if I don't try these other things or avenues, and I do fail, then I'm just because of me for not trying and trying to branch out and extend. So I got to be willing to try different options before ultimately, if I do make a decision to say, hey, I'm just done with this shit and go on, I've got to try other avenues eventually. I'm not saying that I'm going to. Don't get me wrong when I say this. Don't read into it like I'm planning on giving the truck up. I'm not. I'm just saying if it gets to that point to where I feel like I need to give the truck up and I don't try these other avenues first, then I've just failed on my own. That would be my
Yeah.
fault for not looking at other options at all. Well, that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to say I'm turning the truck in or nothing like that. I'm just saying at this point, after 8 months now, I'm not at the point on the business finance side to where I feel I should be. That's all I'm saying. Like right now, if I had to pay for a motor, I couldn't do it. If I had to pay for brand new tires, a whole round set of tires, I couldn't do it on my business side. I just couldn't. That's just fact. So the numbers aren't where I think they should be at this point in the journey on the business end.
So Brian, or Life on 18 Wheels says, Brian, if you go to Lakeland, let him know. I get my share of 20 to 50,000 mile loads that take all day long. I don't
Not
think
thousand,
we'll deal with that.
not thousand, 20 to
20
50,
to 50
20 to
mile loads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, yeah. If you're running a local, yeah, you can't, you couldn't. Well, I don't want to say you can't, depending on what your deal is, but on one of our leases, unless you have a great daily, yeah, you won't be able to. You wouldn't be able to make it with a lease.
Hey, Country, can I ask you a question?
Sure,
I hear
I'm
in
an
a lot
open
of your
book.
videos that you try to run 8.5 hours a day. Have you ever tried to run a week where you run out your clock and take a 34-hour reset? Do the
Oh
loads
yeah,
work that way at
I did.
Snyder? Can you
I
do
did that.
that?
I did that shit for months. I just recently started doing the 8 thing. Um, yeah, I mean, I used to preach that all the time. Use all your 11. Take your reset every fucking weekend. Then I got to the point I'm like, well, fuck. If I want to do a reset, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to enjoy myself, not be in a truck, if I can. So I started running the eights and nines and so forth, running on recaps, which is what I'm doing right now. And when I want to take time off, I'll make sure I'm in an area to where I can take a couple of days out of the truck. If I'm on the road, I might as well just keep running because I mean, hell, what did I use today? I actually used 10 hours today because I was busting balls, but I ran 575 miles. But again, I just wanted to get here tonight for this. Shut up, Linda. I just wanted to get here I just wanted to get here for this damn stream because I told him I'd be here tonight.
I hope my wife heard that. Oh, so Brian Jess says he's not in Lakeland right now. He picks up in Saddle Creek tomorrow at 11, and he's home in Melbourne. Carry me, please. No, I'm OTR company driver. We don't make any money for 50 miles.
Hold up.
Wow.
Hold up. Carry me, please. Let me go back and read your previous comment. What does that mean? I say, I get my share of 20 to 50 mile loads that take all day long. Yeah, these people wouldn't do that. So you are a OTR company driver, and you don't make any money for 50 miles. Who do you work for?
Yeah, sounds like you might need to find a different company.
I don't even know what that side is all about. I've been out here for 4.5 years driving, but I started at Prime, and after I got done with the TNT training, I went straight to lease. So I've never been a company driver at all.
Yeah, I was a company driver for a very, very short period of time.
Yeah, I was for 15 months.
Zulu says, I never want to be with anyone for 30,000, but I think Prime is a good company, and driving in the snow as a brand new rookie is rough. It's just like driving a car. You just got to be real careful. I mean, obviously you're dealing with a lot more weight, but you just drive it like a car and just be very, very careful in the snow.
Well, and with whether you have a partner or whether you have a trainer with you or not, somebody's driving in the snow. You're still going to do your driving in the snow. If you need to put chains on, park the bitch. I'll never throw a set of chains.
I don't even carry them on the truck. I never have.
I was gonna say I don't even have any chains on the truck right now.
During the winter months when I was at Prime, I just wouldn't go out to the west where you had to have chains, where it's required by law to have chains. I've never been out there during the months that the chains were effective, where you had to have them on the truck. I've never had them.
So Sean says you got to stay in the middle with the pumpkin on my third truck. King JV says he'll be there in a few minutes. He's at El Paso. It's filled to the max, no place to park. OTR at 50 miles a day is not OTR, but OTR local. Carry me. Even a guy with U.S. Express pulled up to me the other day and asked if I was making money. He said the load he was on was 18 miles, so he wasn't making any money. Wow.
Carry me, please. Who do you work for? What company?
Yeah. Zulu says, do you recommend that CDL school in Milton, Florida? I was looking at them, contacted them, in fact. So do you recommend them, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problem there. You're basically on a dirt lot, just like any other CDL school. And the majority of your time, you're focused on the back and maneuvers in your pre-trip. That's what you got to do to get your CDL. Your real training comes with the company that you go with.
What was the name of the school you went to? What was the name of your training academy?
He's thinking.
Oh, I'm thinking. I forgot. TDI, TD something. Hold on, I'll look it up.
You're starting to act like Joe Pesci from Goodfellas there, buddy. What was the school that you went to?
Well, when he paused, I just thought he didn't hear me, or I thought I was talking to about something else.
Well, you think I'm funny? You mean like funny gay or funny like funny? What a great movie, man. You ever watch that? I'm sure you have. Goodfellas with the gangsters?
Oh, Goodfellas, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Zulu says, I run a logging truck on the side for a local crowd near me. Getting in and out of the woods, we would throw iron even in the summer and heavy rain. They are triple chains heavy. Yeah, that to me don't sound like any fun whatsoever. I think I would rather take my fingernails and rub them on sandpaper than to do that.
I'm saying Melton, Florida, the over close to Pensacola. Is that Melton or Milton?
Milton, Milton. Is it TDI? Is that the name of it?
That sounds right. TDI, Truck Driving Institute.
Yeah, I went to a TDI. Mine was in Tennessee, though.
I got mine at 160 Driving Academy. And I always recommend get your CDL before you go to a company. Don't get your CDL with the company.
See, yeah. I just agree with you guys on that. I think you're better off getting your CDL from the company. And honestly, when I was training, I would only take guys that graduated Swift's Academy rather than the private, because they don't. You got the private schools; they don't really take you out on the roads. At least with Swift's Academy, some of the other academies, they take you out on the roads and let you drive a little bit.
Well, that's another thing with Prime. I was going to go to their CDL school because there you can get paired up with a trainer, and you're going over the road, and your trainer's up in the front of the truck with you the whole time, but you're getting real life experience driving.
Well, I mean, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. I mean, if you're one of those people that can catch on quick and just go, then go. Like me, I was 3 weeks. Well, it's technically 4 weeks. It's called 160 Driving Academy because you need 160 hours to pass.
Yep, that's how many I did.
So 40 hours first week in class, so you can do all the book work and the tests and modules and all that shit. Then you take your test for your driver card, your test card rather, and then your permit. Then the next 3 weeks was out on the yard. And you're right. The majority of the yard work is maneuvering. You're doing your offsets. You're doing your crossovers. You're doing your parallels and your 90s and straight backs and all that shit. And then usually in the afternoon for us, we'd go out and the only road time you got was running the test route.
Mm-hmm.
So you just ran the test route, and for us it was about a 6-mile loop. And then after each, like there was 3 of us in my little group with my little group, so we'd each do that little test loop. We was also in an old Peterbilt 579 13 speed, so he would put us over onto a bank somewhere, so teaching us, teaching the people with clutch control that needed to learn how to use it. So if you're on a hill, how to take off and all that shit. But you're right. You barely got any road time. 80% of your training in CDL school is maneuvering on the
Yep.
yard. So, and I guess as a trainer, you would want someone with more experience, but and you were right there too. Your drive training technically doesn't come until you get on with your company.
Yep.
And they even tell you that because I'm like, they don't teach you how to do tandems. They don't teach you how to drop trailers. They don't teach you none of that crap because it's not in the curriculum. It's not required by the government to teach you that in CDL school. You learn
All
that
right.
shit when you're with the company.
So let me read this. Let me read this comment. Alaska Hall. My problem is when guys switch companies every 2 months and out there and they use their driver code to get a referral bonus. I don't have anything against Country. He's doing his thing. Well, let me make a couple comments on that. And Alaska Hall, I know exactly what you're doing, and it's okay. That's fine. Yes, I do. I do get referrals. I do refer. That's my business. That's what I do. And one of the referrals that I have is one of the guys that's on this TV screen right now, or computer screen, whatever you're watching it on. Do you have any regrets with me using your referral as a referral?
No.
Also, none at
No.
all. Okay, you're making great money. You're doing your thing. You didn't follow me to where I'm at, nor did I really ask you or beg you to come over here, right?
No, you ain't
I
even
didn't
mentioned it to me about coming over there.
I didn't beg you to go to JB Hunt. I didn't beg you to get a truck. I didn't beg you to do any of that. The only thing that I asked you to do was, get my name switched over with the SFI because that benefited me. Yeah,
I don't see anything wrong with referrals.
Yeah, I don't either.
If
People
you want
always
to move,
have a problem with
move companies every 2-3 months, that's your prerogative. It's your
That's
business.
right. Well, it's been almost 4 months, but again, it doesn't matter. That's frivolous. It doesn't make a difference. But people make comments like this all the time, and they don't understand, how lucrative it can be to bring people over. I've not once asked anybody or referred anybody to the company. I can't even remember. Have I even said on live where I'm even at now? I don't think I have I?
You said it on your last live.
Yeah, okay. I haven't tried to promote anybody over here because I don't even know what the company's about. So again, people need to mind their own fucking business is what they need to do. And that goes to you, Alaska. And again, I know this is all about, everybody's opinions and freedom of speech, and I'm not going to take you down or nothing like that. But, personally, that's my business. That's what I do. That's what I'm here. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not agreeing with you, but it's going to continue, and I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. You can just kiss ass and love Country all you want to because the way he does. That's fine. Country does what he does.
I just think you shouldn't worry about that either. Alaska. The companies offer referral programs to entice us to refer people to the company, but
some people are just so fucking miserable that they got other things to fucking hit on, with other guys that are running small YouTube channels and shit.
Well,
and I looked up his YouTube channel. It's not big at all. And that's besides the point. I'm not here to attack him as per se, but there's other people that have said the same comments. I've never denied anything. Yes, I take referrals. Yes, I take referral money. But you know what? It doesn't come from the driver. It comes from the company. And I'm not going to bring somebody to a shitty company. Is JB Hunt a shitty company?
Nope. I'll
tell you this. I'll tell you this. When you was rolling solid and you believed in what was going on with JB, you pushed the hell out of it. But guess what? Over your final month, you wasn't trying to refer nobody over there.
That's right, because me and Poppy both made that. Remember the preaching one?
I
didn't get monetized on.
You stopped pushing it. Once you had it in your mind, you was going to start looking elsewhere. You stopped pushing it. So, but if you're with somebody and you're going to be there for a while, there's nothing wrong with referral. That's why they're there. If you can get referrals, get them.
Let me read these. Let me get caught up on these.
Yeah, I'm interested in Patty's next one here.
I got mine in 90. I got mine in 98 through Mills Transfer. Enjoyed it. 3 weeks class and a yard, 1 month with the trainer, and then let loose.
And the reason I wanted to touch on that one is because I'm from West Virginia, and Millis Transfer is really big for truck drivers in my area. I've got a buddy who was like 10 years older than me. He went to Millis and got through his. I know a couple other people who went through Millis and got theirs, and I even ran into a subscriber of mine out somewhere. He was with Millis
Tom Bell got his through them too, I think.
Yeah.
And I was going to go through Millis, but again, it just came to that fact I didn't want to be. What was it? I was 3 weeks at their training school, and what was it? What's Patty say? A month or something, or a week or 2 weeks out with a trainer. Yeah, it was just one of those things. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be the passenger, right? Especially while I slept. It was just one of those. Yeah, it was a forced team thing with Smellis. Yeah, you had a team for 2 or 3 weeks, and I didn't want to do that. I was just, for me, I didn't want a team at all. I made my mind up, and I wasn't going to. So for me, the perfect fit was the Snyder because it was a fast-paced program, sort of like SFI, a fast path to ownership, right? Snyder is a fast path to your truck. So, all right, that's all I want
Well,
to say about that.
let me make a comment here before I go to the next comment. With Alaska Hall's comment, hey, I appreciate you coming on the live. Come on more often. Attack me like you have been about promoting people and bringing people over, because I jumped up to 27 viewers at one time there, just in that matter of those few minutes
So,
with us
Lord
going
have
back
mercy.
and forth. So come on back anytime you want to, and we'll have some challenges. So
Okay.
carry me, please. I did coastal in Louisiana. My instructors hated pre-trip, but they loved joy riding, so we spent most of the time driving. Now that's the way to go.
There you go.
Highway trucker. All the private schools take you on the road. They just don't teach coupling and uncoupling. Now, see, I
Yeah,
had all kinds of hours of coupling
that,
and uncoupling.
at CDL school.
Yeah, oh yeah, we did
Yeah,
quite a few
We didn't
hours.
do any.
my
No,
first
We
couple,
didn't do any.
my
well,
first
you got to
couple was
realize I
in
went almost 20-something years ago though too.
my first coupling was in the Schneider yard on day one. What they do in Schneider when you go there after you, well, it was day two actually. Day one, nothing but paperwork. Day two, the morning you got like a physical you got to do, medical tests, and then the afternoon they go out there into the yard. They call it the well. This is in Green Bay. They call it the well. They want to make sure you can climb up and down the trailer the Schneider way. Then they want you to uncouple and couple to the Schneider way again. So after I did that shit, this one trainer, the one of the training uh, instructors, what they call him, he's like, "Big boy, and you, come on." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're with me." And from that point forward, me and Josh was the other guy's name. Me and him were the only two in his truck for the remaining of the 2 weeks. We was on the road all the time. He drove us down. We went down to Milwaukee and shit. He didn't drive us. We drove down to Milwaukee and all that crap. And we'd come back later in the afternoon. Like, where the hell you been in Milwaukee? And the other instructors would be like rolling their eyes, like, why the fuck does he do that shit? So
So
sorry, I dropped the F bomb. My bad.
sorry.
Um,
Let me get to this comment. Alaska's back at it again. So let me clarify. You and others will go to, or as well, go to a company, and in the first or second week, you guys recommend the company without being there for a significant amount of time to even know if it's good. Well, to clarify what you're clarifying, I never once referred anybody to JB Hunt till I'd been there for at least 2.5 months and running. Now, again, if that's not long enough to you, I don't really give a fuck if it's not long enough for you. I didn't do it immediately. And it's none of your fucking business what I do. You're getting me to the point where I'm getting fed up with it. And I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out of here. Go ahead. And this comment here is one of them. Tell it like they're all, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and that's the truth. Sorry, guys.
I mean, it don't really matter. I mean, day one or day two or day 100.
It doesn't matter, man. I can
If
bring
you're
you
going
up.
to reverse,
You know what? Matter of fact, hey guys, y'all want to come to where I'm at? Get a hold of me. I'll bring you over. Absolutely. They paid me $1,500 a head to bring people over. I'll be happy to have you guys. Jesus Christ, man. You mean you can't do right either way. You know what I mean? I was
don't
lucky
worry.
back in them days, no team, but Jim, my trainer, let me run hours in him at front as back when we had coloring books so we could make it work, and dispatch were ex-drivers.
And that's the way it should be in any transportation business. I think if you've never driven for that company and whatever industry it's in, you shouldn't be trying to dispatch somebody
So
because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Poppy wants to know, has anyone done power only? I don't know if you've been watching long, Poppy, but it's been a good stream tonight.
I've never done power only.
I haven't either.
I mean, technically, we are.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck with an orange trailer and an orange load board. I don't own a trailer, so all I have is a truck. So
There you go.
technically, we are
Highway,
power only.
Highway Trucker says, yeah, power only is good depending on what company you're picking your trailers from. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. Oh, Chris, you just got on. Yeah, you need to go back and listen. You need to go back and listen. Alaskan Hall's on here trolling. Power only at F2F.
Yep, that's what all three of us are, is power only.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I mean technically we are, just not on a power only board. I mean, if you want to determine power only, it's just you got a truck and you're hauling somebody else's trailer.
So he's on here. Why are you getting so angry? You're the one on YouTube making videos about this subject. Well, it's people like you that are bringing up topics. Why are we bringing people in when we've only been here 1 or 2 weeks, which it's not true. It's not 1 or 2 weeks. It's usually 2 or 3 months or longer. If you don't want these opinions, then don't make videos. Yeah. You know what? Good job, Alaska. I agree with you. That's why your channel's so big. You're bringing out some good content that everybody wants to hear, just like me. Not that I'm, bragging on myself or nothing, but I feel like I've done pretty well with a genuine YouTube channel here, giving you guys information that a lot of guys want to know about lease purchase. Some of us ain't in a position like you are, Alaska, where you own your truck. We have other options or whatever their situation is. Yeah, y'all pull power only. King J says, James, you didn't do anything wrong. Is anybody at F2F? Anyone on here at F2F? What he wants to know. No.
I think it was on power only pulling, power only at F2F. What he's asking.
Yeah.
Does anybody pull power? Yeah.
But what Rabbit does dedicated is basically power only. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I'm still pulling an F2F trailer. Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's like I was saying, like we were just saying, technically we're all power only. Even though I'm pulling a Pumpkin trailer and he's pulling a JB Hunt trailer, you're pulling an F2F trailer. We don't own the trailer. We just have the truck.
So Nicole says, why don't Alaska mind his own family? Go watch The View. Because they pull Covenant trailers. So Brian says he talked to a guy in Phoenix a few weeks ago that did power only. He really did was move new trailers from manufacturer to whoever bought them. He had a Coca-Cola trailer at the time. So there's a YouTuber, Brian, that does the same thing that you're talking about. His name is I can't think of his name now. What he does is he hauls new trailers for Pepsi, Walmart, all the big companies, and that's all he does is haul those trailers to their destination, and he actually gets paid pretty well to do that. Riding with Kev, that's his name. Riding with Kev.
I met a lady here a little bit ago, here inside the OC, because I'm at West Memphis OC right now. She was in line behind me, and she was talking about the lady at the cashier was asking her, you spend the night or whatever. She went, oh no, I just delivered some trucks here from Mexico. She's waiting for another driver to come up here so they can ride back together to Mexico. So she just brought 3 new trucks up here from the Mexico plant and dropped them off here at West Memphis. I was like, well, shit, I guess because I know West Memphis is not a new truck facility for SFI, so maybe they'll drop them off here and maybe they'll do work here and then transport them up to Green Bay or Phoenix or wherever. Or maybe they're just like the halfway point. They just drop them here and someone else takes them the rest of the way. I didn't ask her the details, but.
So Jermaine says,
more likely.
What's up, guys? Jermaine, I was trying to get a hold of you earlier to get you on here.
Hey, Jermaine, what's up, buddy?
Alaska, with all seriousness, sorry your load got canceled, buddy. That's one thing that none of us really want.
Yeah, it sucks when that happens.
I've been seeing Covenant tractors pulling Estes trailers. Yeah, I've seen that for quite some time. So Chris is on here and he says, I'm interested in power only at F2F so I can run USA, Schneider, Amazon, JB, Walmart, all the others. Then I can cherry pick the best drop and hook loads. I just don't know how the pay is.
Well, I mean,
approved at JB Hunt yet. That's not true. God damn it. That's not true because JB Hunt loads are approved at F2F. I'm on their load board.
Well, now, if you go into F2F, hang on, I'm trying. I guess I'm trying to mix the words power on and F2F because you got an SFI truck, Poppy. If you go into F2F,
No, what he's talking about power only, where we can just drop and hook different trailers, like a Schneider or USA, all
well,
of
yeah,
them.
that's
Period.
the definition of power only. But if you go into F2F, if you go under their DOT, don't you have to like be on you run under their well if you're
They don't have
can I
their
just
own independent load board, do
Yeah,
they, James?
we don't have our own independent load board. We run off everybody else's.
but
We
you're
have
hauling
F2F. I have F2F trailer, but what he's trying to say is when you run power only, you're running somebody else's trailer, not F2F.
but can you do that with an SFI truck?
Sure, you can.
F2F.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you can.
Okay, that's kind of just what I was. Okay, that's what I was confused about. I thought, well, I don't know what I was thinking, but
So he's saying that RXO with F2F has a lot of power only trailers. Jermaine said he's trying to drop his load off. I just dropped my load off earlier too. Felt much better once I dropped my load off. So they must have got it back because they lost it due to bad drivers. Yeah, I don't know that answer, Highway Trucker. I just know that I do have the JB Hunt load board. Just out of curiosity, why don't you guys open your own authority? You run a SFI truck with your own authority, right? Alaska, that's actually something that we've all thought about seriously. But right now in this market, it's just I don't think it's where we really need to be. What we have is actually a good thing running under somebody else's authority. The insurance is crazy too.
Yeah. Cost wise, for one, Alaska is like you'd have to pay like 10 grand to SFI to prove you're serious about doing that shit under your own authority. Then, of course, the cost of getting your own authority is fairly cheap, a couple $100. But the insurance is what's going to get you for the first year, and a brand new MC number. Good luck finding people to work with you.
So Brian just said he scratched that load, going backhaul to Lakeland, got backhaul to Fort Pierce. Just be careful with the Fort Pierce. There's a lot of damage in Fort Pierce. So Chris said those loads I'm interested in run at F2F. You just put power only in the search parameters. Okay.
Oh, okay. See, that opens up a whole new avenue to me, Poppy, that you mentioned it that way. I didn't. I don't know why I didn't separate the two or think about that, but I guess it's something else to think about. Because if you go there and you run the board, you book your own loads. What is it? You get 72%.
Yeah, 72. Well, 72 if you run dedicated. It's 80 if you pick off the load board. Like
okay, 80 if you book your own self, yeah. and if you don't get one of their trailers, you don't have that trailer rental fee. Then you're just pretty much operating under their number. So I didn't even think about the option of going over there as a power only option. Huh. See, now you open my brain to a whole new avenue. Anyway,
so
I
got a question, Poppy. Your picture on here, is that like a drawing or is that an actual picture? Because you look like a cartoon character. So Elisa wrote.
Yeah, that's him. You make it big.
Does F2F have any restrictions on what your truck is? I honestly don't know that answer, but I've seen a lot of raggedy trucks that run over here, so I don't think there is a. As long as it's ELD acceptable, I think they'll let you run just about anything as long as it passes an inspection. Goes to Walmart DC, and if something did delay me, I'll go home again. Yeah, well, you should be okay with Walmart. Steady Trucker made a killing doing it when the rates were better. 80. I don't know what 80 is. It's only $500, country.
What are you talking about, D?
Who? Yeah, I don't know. $500. I don't know what that is.
I've been his MC about 3 months. He was able to work with a lot of brokers. Huh. Maybe numbers are changing up a bit because that's been a while since I looked into it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's probably been a good at least 8 months since I looked into it. Because when I looked into it, then they was talking like 30,000 for the first year. And of course, that was just a couple of different places. I didn't do an in-depth shopping guide for insurance, but when I heard 30K, I was like, "Oh shit, no, I couldn't do
Well,
that.
the
Ain't no
first
damn way I
time I
could."
looked, when I was at Prime, I'd only been driving for a little less than a year, and where with Florida, the insurance was going to be $48,000 a year because I was thinking about driving on the advanced fleet at Prime.
Hey, King James V, turn your light on or something. We can't see you.
Okay. Let's see.
Turn your phone sideways.
Yeah, turn your phone sideways too. That way you get the full screen. So Chris just said he might be at F2F soon. He's making money, but he's sick of the bullshit. I agree with you. That's kind of how I felt too. Well,
Yeah, I think.
You can open an MC and pay insurance on it for a few months while you're working for someone else. That way you can stay busy while the MC ages. You know, that's exactly what I had in mind of doing, to be honest with you, on that Alaska.
Yeah, I've seen some videos across YouTube saying similar to that, so where you age your MC so you can at least have some growth into it. But I've also seen other people saying that shit don't work because unless your MC is actually active pulling loads, it's like not doing nothing for you. Just because it's like 6 months old, but it has no activity, doesn't make it any better. So I really don't know what. I mean, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to this fact, so I really don't know which part makes more sense. The one with zero activity does no good for you, or just having an age on its own is good for you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Hey, highway trucker, where are the power only loads at on the F2F? If you know. So what's going on, King JV?
Oh man, just got to the speedway over here outside of El Paso, man. I was just wanting to come on and just kind of say thank you. I got a SFI truck about I say around September 6th. And you kind of
Congratulations,
were the
brother. Congratulations.
oh, thank you, man. And you kind of were the guy showing up. You were doing a live, so I said, let me check your live out. And I just want to say thank you, man, because just from I'm running the spot market just but from hearing you guys talk, man, I'm learning a lot as far as just the companies you guys are at, the JB Hunt, the contract freight, fuel surcharge and stuff like that. So man, I just wanted to come on and say thank you. But man, I'm doing well over here, man. I hadn't missed a payment. I do pull flatbed, so um, that is, I guess you could say it's a little better than pulling dry van
Yeah.
right now in the spot market. But I'm doing well, man. I do own another truck. I have a driver. I own at this company as well. It's a 2019 Kenworth. So I was at the house, kind of just running that truck, and I had ran across a guy. I think he had a newer Freightliner, and I was just like, man, where'd you get this new truck from, man? And he was like, SFI. So I reached out and end up getting in a truck. And going through the process, you get curious and stuff like that. So that's how I found you guys and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's been going good for me as far as running with SFI, man. I hadn't had any trouble, and this is actually my third. This will be my third truck. The first two were limits. My first truck just kept having problems with the DEF. So the second truck I bought, the first load I hauled with that truck, the DEF system went out. That was 8 grand. Put it on a credit card, and after that, engine ended up going out, and it was just a whole deal with the used truck. So I ended up,
Yeah.
finding SL5, man, and it's been a blessing for me, I say,
So,
because
so what'd you
You get
get?
a new truck or a used truck?
I got a 23 Freightliner, had about 116,000 miles on the dash.
Okay, good
It's
deal.
pretty good truck. Like I
And
said, I
mine
hadn't
is
had no
a
problems.
22 Freightliner. When I got it, it had 225 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
I'm
this is,
really,
that's funny that you say that because this is exactly why I put this YouTube channel up, is just for guys like you to find content, because nobody was really doing any videos about SFI or, well, even JB Hunt or even Schneider at the time. And that's kind of how I run into Larry, Country there in KO. I don't know if you ever watch KO. Do you watch KO too?
yeah, I
Yeah.
watch KO. Yeah, I
Well,
watch
that's
a little
kind of
bit of him.
how and why I started this video, because I started connecting with those guys, and I just wanted to put something out there. And I think Country's going to be doing a video here soon about the SFI trucks, and has a little clip with all of us in it and stuff. So
Oh yeah, that'll
Yeah,
be good.
let me read
yeah,
some
I've
of these
been.
Good.
comments here real quick.
Yeah,
Brian Jess says right out of the gate, TQL, CH Robinson, and Uber and several others will work with a new MC. Did not know that.
that's
Might
good
be
to know.
something we might need to
Yeah,
look at. Country, if
TQL.
you
I
have
know.
experience, your clean record, it won't be expensive. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry,
know.
Keith. What do
No,
you
I
want
know
us to call you
AT.
first off?
Jeremiah or JT. Everybody
JT.
calls me JT, but
JT it
Jeremiah, it
is.
doesn't
Copy
matter.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, JT it
Yeah, but
is.
I know Sureway, which is Anderson Truck Services. I know they 3 months with a good MC, they'll sign you up.
Hey, Patty, before you head out, I want to just say good night, man. Thanks for coming by.
Good night, Patty. Let's
So
see
you
here.
go ahead, yeah, do your thing.
Yes, sir. And just get a DOT inspection on your MC.
See,
Huh, is
that's
that right?
open. This information is opening my eyes, man. It really is. Because I mean, here I've been thinking for so long about one thing, and I'm hearing more information that's consistent from you guys. So I mean, you can't all be saying the same damn lie, I guess. So you're a hell of a lot more knowledgeable than I am on this topic. So even the power only combo with Poppy earlier, now you're all saying that what I was thinking is incorrect, and I've said it in my videos. Hold me accountable. If I say something wrong, correct me. If I think I'm saying one thing correctly and I'm just full of shit or lack of knowledge, hey, teach me. I appreciate it. You're opening my eyes to some other areas that I haven't been thinking of because of what I was thinking. So that's good.
So Highway Trucker says you only need insurance to activate your MC, and he wants to bring me up on the live. Oh shit, we have a little bit of a traffic jam out here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and do your comment thing.
No, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say because I'm actually starting to doze, so I'm gonna bounce out in a couple minutes. I'm gonna hang out in the chat because I'm interested in hearing all this stuff. But
Huh?
I'm not very camera friendly right now, or even entertaining, so to speak, because I am a little tired, in case you can't tell. So I don't want to bring down the mood because this topic is fucking awesome.
Well,
I want to. So if
here's
he
what I.
wants to come in, I'll bounce out. So make room for him.
Well, what I was going to tell you, just hang in here for a little bit.
Okay.
Highwayman, I just put my number on there. Go ahead and text me, and I'll send you the link so you can come in, and the 5 of us will be on here, and you can ask him whatever questions you want before you bounce out of here. How's that?
Well, I don't have anything to ask per se.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Okay. All right. Go up and read these comments. Alaska Hall says no one knows if you pull those or not under your MC. As long as it's active, that's all that counts. Interesting. Raymond, good evening to you guys.
Who is it? Oh, Raymond.
This is
Hey,
a
Raymond.
conversation I've been waiting for. So you've been waiting for this conversation to find out about your own authority, huh?
Yeah, see?
Brian Jess, does F2F have connections with Amazon? I found some regular Orlando to Dallas, so it's paying $2,500. He said there's 12 of them per day, and I can come right back to Florida. I don't know, buddy. Depends on what load board are they on. Do you know?
Orlando to Dallas loads paying 25. He said there's 12 a day. Can you get anything? Can you get any backhauls?
I think he said he can get back.
Well, he said. Well, that's what I'm reading. It doesn't. Oh, hold up. 12 of them per day and can come right back to Florida. Okay, yeah. I mean,
Amazon loads are pretty light, man.
shit, I'd do
I
3 of
wouldn't.
those a week and I'd be a happy freaking boy.
if
So
I could do that, go back and forth between Tallahassee, that new Amazon in Tallahassee, and go to Dallas and back, I'd be happy.
that's my ideal route. Orlando to Dallas and back 3 times a week. Shit, give me.
At $2,500 a pop, that's $7,500 a week.
Damn right. It's just 2 days per trip, a day and a half. Well, Orlando, yeah, it's about 1,000 miles, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't mind, JT? You comfortable enough to throw out the company you're with?
Oh yeah, man. It's a small carrier. They running 35 trucks out of Dallas. Real deal transportation.
Real
They got
deal.
a little shop and stuff like that. A truck lot, parking and stuff. So
Should I be in Dallas tomorrow? Dropping this
They
load
only
off
run
at Home Depot.
flatbed there, JT.
no, they mainly actually me and my driver were actually one of the first guys to bring. Cause I'm running. I own this trailer I got back there, and then the other one I'm renting. They actually got the trailer and I'm renting it through them. But no, they mainly run driver and they were doing reefer. But I guess when you're a smaller, carrier, that reefer, if you're not, set up right with the reefers, it can kind of be a hassle from what I heard.
Yeah.
If they get to going out on you and stuff like that. So, yeah, they mainly deal with dry van though, man. And I know we mainly I run off the spot market. I got a couple brokers that I work with. Um, I get a little fuel surcharge with a couple of them, but yeah, they're mainly dry van over here.
So, Highwayman, turn your phone sideways and turn a light on so we can see you. Alaska Hall says, I just personally think leasing a truck from a company is a scam because they can control you and your miles. Agree 1,000%. That's why we all went to SFI to get a truck and run with a different company. It's one of the other reasons why I like switching companies every so often, because when you get comfortable with you, different things start happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you there, Alaska? I'm sorry, Highway Trucker?
Highway, you can hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Can you hear
I
me?
can't see
All
you,
right,
though.
for sure. Oh,
What's your name? What do you want to go by? There you are.
you call me. My name Bentley, but call me whatever, Highway
Okay.
Trucker. Whatever y'all
All right.
want to call me.
We'll call you Bentley.
All right, Zulu. Have a good night, buddy.
I think this is the
Oh,
most active live that you've had, James. This is a pretty good one.
Yeah, we've had like
Yeah.
40 people on here at one time, but we're down to 26 right now. Well, go ahead and give us a little bit of intelligence there, Bentley.
Really, just pretty much. I was just saying, like with the MC authority, it's kind of just all. It's really easy. It just all depend on you. Like if you just like when I came into looking at it, I just looked at it like everything was hard because it seemed like it's a lot with it, but it's not. It's just that really that 21 days. Your biggest hurdle is the down payment for the insurance, but it all go off on your age. So like I'm 27. When I first got my authority, I was 25. So I was 24. So my down payment wasn't high. It was high. It was like 4,500, 4,600 to be exact. And then pretty much from there, I was driving a box truck, and then I got my 18 wheel. I used that. I got it from I went through SFI, did that. I used the truck as a tool, and then I bought my other 3 trucks. But I stopped. I still got my still active. I just stopped using it because, like I said, when the race went down, to me, it just it seemed like my insurance I only pay like 17.25 a month to keep my authority active, but it just seemed like way better to just put my trucks on. Like I got a truck under F2F, and I got my other trucks under it's a company called BMAC.
Okay, so you're under F2F, huh? You said
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
your
truck.
trucks is? Okay. And how do you go about finding the
Yo.
power only on the blow board for that?
So you know how they give you so I don't know if you got like the DAT you know, because you got to pay for them. So they give you DAT, and then they like Uber, they give you Uber Freight,
Right.
Coyote, Uber Freight, Coyote. I usually use me. I'm always on RXO. To me, they got the best rates for
All right, so it's
F2F.
free, isn't it?
Yep, it's free. Yep,
Okay.
and they got plenty of power only loads on the. They even give you So if you go on RXO, they'll give you a power only load. They want this trailer to be. I know. I think you out of Florida. Sometimes they got trailers going down to Florida, but what they want to give you to load it out for like 2 weeks, and you can get that trailer where you don't got to pay a trailer rental fee. They gonna pay you $100 to drop it off in Florida, but within them 2 weeks you can load it out, and basically you just then you go on RXO and just book regular, they spot market
I mean,
freight,
basically,
and
you
you
can use their trailer for 2 weeks for free.
Yep. So and they pay you that $100 for using their trailer to drop it off. So you can do that on a DAT board. So if you go on DAT and go to power only, and when you call in those brokers, they're like, yeah, we got this trailer. You can load it out for 2 weeks. And you can do the same thing on that board too. Coyote the same way also, but Coyote got them with loaded trailers, and you can load them out too.
Okay.
So wait, let's say RXO has a trailer in Miami. They want it
Yep.
delivered in Charlotte in 2 weeks. During that
Yep.
2 weeks, I can work that trailer as much as I want, as long as I have it dropped off before the end of the delivery window.
Yep, your broker gonna reach out to you. Well, before you book it, he gonna say, "Hey, I need this trailer here. You pick it up on the first. We need it here on the 14th or the 15th, and you can load it out with anything that can go into the drive van. You can get any loads from anywhere. It's gonna be most likely it's gonna be a trailer that just say like it's usually gonna be a trailer that somebody's selling, or they done bought the trailer and they needed to get down somewhere, but so they don't have to really pay for the trailer to be moved. They gonna let you load it out, and then they gonna pay you 50. It's usually anywhere from $50 to $100 for moving that trailer down there to them for them.
But during that time, I can make whatever I can make off of it.
Yup,
And,
you can book any
those
loads.
loads are always on there too, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
trailer load
yup,
out. Yeah.
if you go
Huh.
like, cause you at F2F, so you just gotta make sure that they your name should be in the system for the RXO, but you gotta make sure that they reach out and add you to the board for RXO, and then you can go on there. Like I said, once you get the trailer, you can go look for power only trailers. It's gonna show you whatever trailer. It's gonna show you where they want them dropped off at, where you can pick them up from, and then, like I said, then you can go on DAT and book loads. You can book loads from JB Hunt if they live loads and unloads, and do it like that.
So the insurance that you already pay for, let's say if I was under F2F, the insurance that I already
Yeah.
pay them weekly would cover the insurance for whatever trailer I grab.
So all right. So F2F has the F2F, they cover, you got your regular bobtail and non-trucking. They cover the trucking liability. So they already have trailer interchange. So that F2F insurance covers trailer interchange. So when you go to book with just say RXO, they already have F2F insurance on file. So you don't get charged anything extra. F2F is already paying for the insurance because they got to have it on their authority to haul power only trailers.
So how often do you come across? Because I've heard F2F, there's a lot of brokers that won't deal with them because of their history, but even though they've been working on fixing it,
Yup.
do you come across a lot of people? I mean, by now you probably don't, because you probably learned who don't work with them and who does. So
Yeah.
how was that in the beginning of when someone says 5 answers in a row, we don't work with F2F, we don't work with F, I mean, how frustrating is that,
That's this the reason why I said, like, I'm giving you the names of RXO, Coyote,
Uh-huh.
Uber Freight. The reason, and Uber Freight got a lot of drop and hook loads too, but the reason I'm giving you those names because you ain't got to deal with that. You can just go on there. You can bid on those on like those trailers or the loads, whatever. But you can just go in there and book those power only trailers without having to speak to nobody, and you're not gonna get denied because they already approved for like RXO and Coyote.
So those
Now
are they're
it
click
was,
and go, basically, is what you're saying.
yup.
Okay.
And the issue will come with that where you can't where they'll be like, oh well, we don't work with, like, it's too much, whatever was going on from the previous drivers. No, we don't work with y'all, the safety score too low or whatever it is.
All right. So RXO and the other ones you mentioned, those are the ones that work with F2S on a regular. So once you learn what
Yep.
companies work with them on the regular, you just focus on them and nobody else to begin with, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I got you,
And
Zulu. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I was bouncing, but but you're right. This information is too gold to leave. You're right.
yep, those, and then all of the ones like they mentioned, like when you get your MC, just say if you start your authority and it's active, I promise you the best ones, which is when I first started, CH Robinson, they got a low board that's all a lot of good rates, which is they usually over $2, around $2 or a little bit more. They got power only trailers too. I don't think F2F have them yet. I'm not for sure, but I haven't seen. I was trying to get it at first, but they work with carriers, new carriers, CH Robinson, Uber Freight. Uh, Amazon is they switched it to 6 months now. Um, JB Hunt switched it to a year because people was using their trailers to get loaded in and out because it was so easy for you to keep their trailers after you use them. But a lot of carriers will work with you out the gate TQL, which is they gonna lowball you sometimes. Sometimes they give you good loads.
I guess the thing about doing something like that under like F2F, for example, is you're not waiting on TQL to pay you like the next day or whatever. F2F's going to pay you their weekly rate, and
Yep.
they get paid from the brokers as they get paid. So let's say TQL. There was a big instance there. Sometime earlier this summer where TQL owed drivers like thousands of dollars, right?
Yep. Yep.
So let's say in that
Yep,
instance, you let's say I do 5 loads of
they owe me.
TQL, which over a 2 week period under F2F name, and F2F has already paid me. If F2F don't get paid from TQL, does F2F take that money back from me?
F2F is supposed to pay you because F2F guaranteed you that this was a credible broker. So they're supposed to pay you out regardless because they told you these are the people that you can work with. Now if you went on the DAT, just say if you went on the DAT board and went with somebody that they don't approve for credit for, like basically F2F use I can't even think of it right now, but how you
Yeah,
get
it's the
paid
MC.
out is
It's the MC credit
it's
score. Yeah,
why I can't- yeah, it's the credit score, but it's basically like they told you that these people was approved carriers for you to haul for, or for
Oh
you
yeah, the
approved brokers
factoring
for you to pull
company.
for.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go, the factoring company. So they factoring company told them that was approved. So F2F is gonna get paid, but what it is they factoring company is gonna have to pay back F2F because they told them these are credible people.
but if for whatever reason they don't get paid, they're not taking that money back from me, right? Because they're the ones
Nah, they
I'm
won't
working
take it.
under. Yeah, they'll take the
Yeah, they
loss.
won't take it back from you.
Gotcha.
So Laskahol just made a comment on here. That's true. He said that's why you have a factoring company, and if you know anything about
Yep.
factoring, is that's what they do is they go ahead and pay you, kind of like F2F goes ahead and pays us if something backs out, then it
Yeah.
comes back on them. But they take a percentage usually. It just depends on what the percentage is.
Yeah,
Hey, what's
it's
up,
anywhere from
Chris?
like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, highway trucker Bentley. Did you ever do any of the dedicated stuff, or has it always been just picking off the load board?
I did the dedicated. It's right by my sister's house out of Clarkville. I think what's that? It's LG, and then it go up to Georgia. I can't think of the city, but
Uh-huh.
I did it for I ain't go, it was good miles. It pay good. It pay real good.
Hey, you had your own YouTube channel too at one time, didn't you? Or you still do?
Oh yeah, I still do. I just got a lot of videos. I just honestly, I watch all y'all videos. Pretty much everybody on.
I've
I
seen
watch everybody
yours
video.
before too. That's why I knew you did the dedicated because I'm actually doing the hurricane relief stuff right now. Are you doing any of that?
Oh no, Chris he reached out to me, but I didn't jump on it. That's because the truck I got that's with them is I got another driver that drive it, and then I drive for another company with
Okay,
with this truck, which is because they pay like the other company I drive for. They pay as soon as you drop the load off, they pay you the same day.
I got you. So far, F2F's been a good, decent place then, huh?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It got a lot of advantages, especially just for I say for people like just say if you was to go to F2F and some people, I know a lot of people, they do struggle. Just say if you was working, and I know they help out. Like I got a driver that he wanted, which is I could have lended the money, but F2F will lend it to you. So if he, by him pulling loads, so he went out and put a load. It was like 2,500. They will give you, you know, as much as it's over 50%. I think like almost like, yeah, they'll give you 80% of the load. Yo, 80% of the load. Before you after you deliver it, they advance that to you. Like if you need help, long as they know that you run and you do a lot of stuff, they help you out. They got a lot of perks. So I say they real helpful.
That's what I heard. It's kind of like a family operation in a roundabout way is what I've kind of heard. They do things that a lot of companies won't do. Interesting. So the dedicated or the load board, which is better, you think, in your opinion? And what was the negative about dedicated?
The negative was just you only in that area. I just kind of get tired of, or like I don't live in the area that it runs. So I live in Texas, so it suck already coming out of Texas, but it was good. I say the money was good. It was good. It was just kind of like you couldn't run anywhere else. You had to stay on that, and then you made your money. But then when you go to where you book your own loads and the spot market, like I say me, I've never really booked nowhere else but RXO. I booked off that a little bit, but RXO had a lot of loads for me, and all the brokers usually call. It's kind of like you working at Landstar. You just making 80%. It's like all the brokers call you like, we got this load. We seen you been running, so. I say it was better like on the spot market, looking pretty much with the trailer.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to, because the Texas area, because I'm from West Virginia, that's where home is, I guess. But I'm looking to land in Texas. The problem with me is Schneider on the Schneider board. There's not I can always get a load to Texas pretty much, but getting out is pretty hard with Schneider. Now there's a lot of loads coming out of Texas, but not a lot of loads coming out with Schneider. Texas, you know what I mean?
With F2F, you can get a lot of good load. You can get a lot of local loads. I got them favorited on my F2F, and you can see if you go to RXO, you can make these loads dedicated. Just say if you wanted to come out of Texas and go to West Virginia, they got a load that runs there, and you can bid on it, and you can put a certain amount in, and they'll give you that load to run to West Virginia, and then you can create your own route back, and you can run that every week. But they got a lot of locals that I've ran myself for like $900 one way and $600 coming back from Dallas. Houston, $900, $600 coming back from Dallas.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my buddies today, and I was telling her that how Texas is so damn big. If I can just figure out on this load board where I'm at, how I can just run Texas all the damn time. That way I can just figure out where the hell I want to land my area. It's somewhere between, I'm thinking maybe Corsicana area. Somewhere between Houston and Dallas is kind of, I got a buddy that lives in Houston.
That's where I'm at.
Corsicana?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Corsicana.
That's kind of like that's kind of the area that I'm thinking, because it's midway kind of between Dallas and Houston. That way if I'm home, then I can go either direction.
That's kind of how I do. Man, I get home.
Keep it that way too.
Yeah, I can go to Houston, right by Dallas, so I like it.
That's kind of what my mindset is. If I'm in that area, I'm in the middle of both cities pretty much. I can go either direction and start my work week and get my ass back home in a week or two whenever I wanted to. So, but with a Schneider board, it's hard to get those loads like that from Texas. That's why I'm looking to find a solid company so I can focus on I like the Gulf cities, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, that whole little area through there, that's just kind of the area I like to run. But if I could get a dedicated that like Orlando to Dallas and back every damn week, shit, give it to me. I'd run I-10 all day long.
Bear with me, guys. My back is fucking killing me. I had to lay down.
Oh, that's that old man. The old man's coming out at him. Old man's coming out at him.
Wait for the comments.
That's your best bet.
How many trolls?
That's your best bet, country.
What's that? Bad bet? Yeah, right.
That's your best bet, country.
Alaska's made some decent comments here lately. Maybe I got him a little bit wrong. Maybe I need to apologize to him. I think
Keep
Ain't
maybe
no
such
point.
a
Hey,
dick
no,
there.
you ain't got to apologize.
Nah, maybe I just needed that small argument
I'm just saying,
to
yeah,
amend
exactly. That's what I was
things.
going to say. That little headbutt y'all had put you on the same page. Put you on the
You
same page.
you have to y'all have to set each other straight, you know.
Yeah. See,
so.
what's this?
Broadway Troop
Brian's.
said he got his truck.
Read your comments there, James. Come on there, host. Do your thing.
SRO, we have to check every company through Triumph. If they approve, we are covered. If they don't check it, then we fail. Then it's not for me for checking. It's on him for not checking.
Okay.
18 Wheel says, appreciate the homies filling in for your boy tonight. Well, my boy didn't want to come on live because he was lazy doing something else. So, Brian Jess, I got denied
18
by
wheels.
FDF to making moving violations. They said I wanted to loon at SRO, but didn't want to waste my time. SRO will probably take you. Brian Jess is the guy you want to get a hold of. I'm pretty confident SRO will probably hire you.
I mean,
What do
it's
you-
like
what do you
the
think?
worst thing they can say to you. What's the worst thing they can tell you, Chris? No. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Alaska says, I don't mean to troll. It's just when you have on your feed is people promoting mega carriers, it kind of gets annoying. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, some people don't like it.
No worries, Alaska. You let your
Right.
feelings out. He reciprocated his feelings, and you know what? And like he said, past hour or so, you've been doing quality information, and I appreciate it because
Yeah.
my ass is learning. You hear me? I'm learning from Highway here. I'm learning from JT and with JT and Highway here. I'm learning from the. I did separate those, right? Yeah, JT and Highway, two different people. Okay.
Brian, are you still on here?
My brain is weird.
Brian, are you still on here? I got 22 people still on here.
How about though? How about old fucking Austin here? Are you still there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right.
I've been
Like
talking.
I thought his camera was froze.
Yeah, I did too. That's why.
I'll sit here and watch.
Wow.
And it's a lot of great information. I'm enjoying the information that you two guys are giving us.
Well, I mean, it's
it's
good to talk to people that's in a specific niche of the industry that I'm not, or I don't want to say we, because I guess we're not. They're out there doing their own thing right now, and if anybody's watched any of my recent videos, you know that I've been thinking about a lot of different things to try to better myself. And tonight I've learned through 3 other avenues I never even considered. So I'm just saying, knowledge is key, and I appreciate learning, opening my
I
eyes
think
to
you.
things.
I watch all your videos on. I got all y'all on alert. So I just really think that like I say, I can just give you suggestions. You gonna do what you want to do. But I think
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
do need to leave Snyder. And I just say that just because I feel like they're a good company, a starter company to me.
Yeah.
It's just not enough. Especially for your truck payment. It don't make sense. Like, I'm glad that you don't have a set place home like to pay rent, because then you will really be kind of like taking a hard hit because you got to pay the note with SFI weekly, and it's like you got to try to kind of keep up with Snyder because they low board is like something. It might be good and then it might not be. So
Yeah, it's hit and
it's
miss these
just
days, bro. It's hit and miss. Lord have
yeah.
mercy. It's hit and miss. One week everybody's like, oh, rates are going back up. Next week, oh my God, rates are going back down.
Right.
So
We can't take no miss.
Bentley, me and Country's had that conversation. He knows he needs to leave. That's why he's doing a lot of research. And,
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and
takes him a
James,
while.
as James and I have discussed, is like I haven't found. I mean, I've talked to a dozen companies over the past couple of months. I have. I just haven't found the company or the way that I felt or that I feel yet in my gut is a better situation that I'm already in. So there's no point in swapping over to the same situation, right?
Yep.
So I would say I just deal with what I got, because there really is a lot of good about being with Schneider, but ultimately it comes down to the board and what can I make, and that part right now is pretty rough. But now I have these other avenues in my head that I'm thinking help power only is an option, which I didn't think was a thing. Now I'm like maybe an MC in insurance. I got a couple years under my belt now. I hear I don't have any state. Well, I got a warning there about a month ago, so I think I got 4 points on my CSA score right now. I don't know how that's going to affect me in the long run, but insurance or something, who knows? But that's it's other things I can look into. I can at least talk to insurance companies and shop around and even talk to F2F again and or other companies like that as well. So I got other avenues to think about now. That's the whole point.
Yeah, it's a lot of companies, especially if you go to and you do pursue like living in Texas. It depends on how you want to run, but like a company like Golf Winds, they run out of Texas, and they gross about. I know somebody that actually worked at that real good person. They gross about 4,500, 6,000 a week, um, and it's all local. So it's a lot of places you can go that'll benefit you. And I know like Snyder got a lot of benefits too. F2F got a
Yeah,
lot of they got some good stuff like tire discounts, tire accounts. I say
yeah,
like
yeah.
if I know like you gonna make it to what it is. Like I know you surviving at Snyder. Like I'm pretty sure they got a lot of good things. And then like I
Yeah, but at
say,
some
man,
point you want to do better than just survive, right?
yeah, you
So
wanna actually be
yeah,
living.
so I'm at that point now. I need to stop surviving and move forward. That's just kind of where
But you
I'm
gotta
at
take that
mentally.
leap. You just gotta jump out there on the ledge and
Yep.
you gotta see
Swim
what
or
it's
I
about.
drown,
think I
baby.
think you got a lot going on country that I had going on with Prime, where I stayed at Prime too long. Is your comfort level with Snyder is so high.
Yup.
I was scared to take the jump to come to JB Hunt because I was so comfortable at Prime.
There's a lot of valid to that statement. That's a lot of
Yeah,
validity
that's
there for sure.
that's kind of how I
But
was
you'll
with
be
Western,
happy
man.
Yeah.
more than
You know what's
likely.
gonna go wrong and you know what's not.
So
West
Alaska just
West
said
Golf.
country. He said those country, those points go on the company, not you. Only tickets go on your record from his experience. He
Okay.
also says that he's
I
got
don't.
a
I
really
didn't have any
good
tickets.
insurance agent and his guy is the best. And I told him to post it.
Yeah, if you want to post it, go ahead. I'll write it down. And I'll contact him and just kind of talk to him and see what kind of numbers we can work out.
Yeah, and that just with the authority though, you just gotta be on it, man. Like they will drop you like a fly. You know what I mean?
Hey,
They'll send out a letter and they'll be like,
hey,
hey,
Brian. Hey,
you got
Brian.
Yeah.
Chris Howard on here wants to get in touch with you. I'm going to have Chris call me tomorrow, and I'm going to put him in touch with you about SRO, just to give you a heads up. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
PJ.
Maybe.
Go ahead, bud.
Yeah. Maybe Brian. I mean, SR I've thought about a couple times since I learned about it here. So maybe, but like I said, I got a few more options. My brain's working in paths right now, going around different areas, and I'm spidering in all directions. I got a lot to think about for sure, a lot to consider. Would you say that was what West Gulf in Texas? Is that what you said? The name of that company was
Oh, it's Golf Winds.
Gulf Winds. That's right.
Yup.
Where'd my pen go? Son of a
JT,
bitch.
did you have a comment? I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
oh yeah, no, I just was man, I'm like I had an authority at one point when I had my first truck, man, and I made the mistake. I went with Progressive, and that
Oh,
was one of the biggest mistakes I made, man. And like I said, they'll just be careful. Like, if you make sure your truck and trailer is added, you're added to the insurance. Make sure everything is good. Make sure you're not getting in a lot of accidents and tickets because what they'll do is they'll assess your insurance score and they'll end up dropping you, man. They'll send out a letter. You'll come home and they'll be like, hey, in 30 days we're dropping your insurance. So, if your authority goes, and they drop you, they'll send out a mass letter to FMCSA. And at that point, they're going to put your authority on hold and you got to try to scramble to find a insurance company to take you. So just kind of be mindful, if
Yeah.
you do go out and get your
Yeah.
authority, man, because the smaller guys, they'll drop you like a fly. Now if you run in 35, 40, 10, 20 trucks, they kind of, a little more leeway with you.
Right, right. All right, yeah, I got that down, Alaska. I
And
wrote it down.
if you
Kristen's going
if
up.
you do think about getting your own authority, go through. It's a company called they call Lily, and they'll work with you on a down payment. So I went to
Well,
them. I had
authority's
Progressive
pretty cheap
first.
though, right?
No, not like the authority is only 600. You go and do it on. It's
Yeah.
$300, and then you pay for pretty much. You pay for your authority, and then you got to pay for the MFC 150, and it really come out to almost like right $500. But
Yeah.
for your insurance, go through like your insurance to get your authority active. Go through Lily. They will work with you on a down payment. So I went through Progressive first.
Lily,
Yep.
LLY.
Yep.
Where they out of?
Lily Insurance. It's it'll just pop up. I think it's like they like a broker for insurance, so they gonna
Oh,
put a
okay,
package
gotcha.
together for you. Yep. And
Yeah,
they
because Alaska's put AIC insurance out of Vancouver, Washington is one he was talking about. So I wrote that one down too.
So country,
they good too.
Alaska just made a comment too. He said, if you're looking for a small carrier, come work for him. He charges 10% with quick pay, and you can do what you want.
Where you out of, Alaska? I mean, I'm open to options for sure, but again, I'm a slowpoke when it comes to making a final decision about anything. Well, it took me 4 months talking to Schneider while I was going through CDL school before I finally chose them. I mean, I talked to like 40 companies throughout my whole CDL school time. Even a month before I started my CDL school, I was talking to companies. And I narrowed it down to ultimately decided on Schneider, of course. Zulu, I think I agree with you, buddy. Go ahead.
Schneider just don't like company driver. They don't pay enough.
No, man. When I came out, see, I started this trucking thing. I was like mid-40. I was 45. I went through a midlife crisis, is what I call it. And Schneider was paying me 44 cents a mile as a company driver. That was the start.
Sound like CFI.
Well, CFI was only wanting to give me 32. I talked to them while I was in my truck, and one of my trainees. When I had my classmates was driving, my trainer was up front, and I'm in the back on the phone with CFI. I was like, "What? That's it? Nope. Thanks. Have a good one." My trainer was like, "How much they offer you?" I was like, 32 cents. He went, "Lord have mercy, hell no." And yeah, and I was like, "Fuck." But then after a year, 15 months when I quit Schneider to go or go to IC, I was at 53 cents. So. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but you know.
Yeah, I came in through Trans Am. I don't know if you guys know anything about those guys.
Oh yeah, that's where I started.
They terrible, man.
I mean, they literally gave me a week training on the pad. I don't even think their Rockwall yard is open anymore, but they gave us a week training on a little pad and sent us about our way on our first load, man. When I tell you I was scared, man. I was coming through the Ozarks, man. I was terrible, probably going 45 miles per hour.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, I tell you though, when like I said, I felt like I was one of those. That's why I chose Schneider, because I wanted to be 3 weeks and in my truck on my own. Let me do my own damn thing. I learned hands-on. I learned my way. I don't want to hear your ass over there trying to tell me to drive your ways. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. Let me just. Yeah, that's my whole point. I wanted to get out on my own quick. And whatever mistakes I would have made, it were my mistakes. And whatever, eventually I knew I felt more comfortable. It's just get me behind the wheel. I'll figure it out myself. That's kind of the way I was.
So Alaska Hall says he's out of South Carolina. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Huh.
There you go.
It's something to think about for sure, Alaska.
Snyder, they JV Hunt company paid low. My first real, I didn't even run over the road. I drove from McLean. I made 100K, 105,000 out the gate.
Yeah,
That's probably to me, like, that's the best company.
And that's when we had a conversation with James when he was telling me about the JB opportunity, and then I talked to them a couple weeks before something it just didn't happen. But I was telling him in the beginning, I was like, if I leave one mega, the last thing I think I want to do is go to another mega. I think the competing against company
Go to
drivers is
another
the
one.
hardest. Yeah, you don't want to leave
Yeah,
one to go to another one. I don't want to compete with company driver. I think the best place for me would be go to a specific owner operator company.
right.
That way, there's no company drivers to compete with. The loads are what they are. You grab it if you grab it. If you're the first one to get it, it's yours. Guess what? It's not getting taken off of you. So that's kind of been my mindset for a while. Just if I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be to an owner op company or now possibly even own authority. Who knows? But I do know I don't want to go to another mega just because of the competition with the company drivers.
Yeah, nothing against those megas, man. But you can, I know I hear James all the time, man. You can build a relationship, running like with F2F, pulling some of JB Hunt's trailers, man. To where it's the point like y- you're right, man. You competing with a lot of those company guys, man, and
Well, for
you know,
sure. I mean, as a company, you want to keep the good loads for your company, yeah. But and your
for sure,
leftovers go over to your ICs and OOs you may have out there.
for sure.
But in this instance too, where I'm at, I don't have the experience dealing with brokers and negotiating rates. That's another thing I need to gain knowledge on. So going to an OO company, running the spot market, running the board on my own is how you get that experience and develop those relationships. And then it's after a certain point, like you already mentioned to yourselves, that um, you no longer really have to call nobody; they're calling you. So
Yeah, that is true, man. I run a load out of just south of Memphis, man. In Mississippi, I run it up to Milwaukee. Pays 23.50 with a 320 fuel surcharge. And I found that off the spot, off DAT, off the spot market, and the company I don't mind mentioning, Greenbush Logistics. They run their own fleet, man. And the guy told me, he said, man, I like how you run this lane. He said I got it twice a week. He said I can help you find a back haul. And I had no complaints, man. I run that load twice a week. Some weeks I don't get down there to get the back haul all the time, but I try to run it twice a week, man. And it's really, I can really like say it's been a blessing because again, that fuel surcharge, man, that really, if you can get that on the spot market, man, you'll survive. If you can work that into the rate somehow, negotiate it,
hmm
like you say, you can survive out here.
oh yeah, for sure.
So let me
Cash
read some of
King's
these
on.
comments here. Alaska is forcing you to at least have a conversation with the country. Brian Jess wants to know if Alaska has trailers and what do you charge, or do the drivers need to come with a trailer? Alaska says, I can get a trailer if you need it. My guys have their own equipment. Where are you at? Life on 18 Wheels says, does F2F have any restrictions on age on passengers? I believe it's 10 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Uh,
think it's
what's that? Would you
That's
say, Bentley?
I think it's 18, isn't it?
Is it 18? I thought it was 10.
I think it's 18 years old, isn't it? It might be 10. I got what's going on.
yeah. That's one
No.
thing I'm looking at too. Is I'm looking at options to get my own
Okay.
trailer. I want my own trailer too.
So find a small company, get your own authority. Look at Cash King. He's doing good working for a small carrier. Um, Brian
I'll have
Jess
to look
says,
him up.
Go.
sounds like Alaska has a nice deal to look at for sure, much like my deal at SRO. Connections being made live tonight.
Hey, if
Bottom
nothing,
line is the country. What are you offering in comparison to what he has at Snyder? Just tell country, you just tell the broker, thank you, but I don't work for free. Then go look at the load board.
gotcha.
SRO charges too much, in my opinion.
No, he's like, yeah, Zulu. He's already broke it down. He's like 10%, pretty much it. I work under his MC. I can pull his. Yeah, I book my own loads, and he just takes 10%. I ain't got to worry about all the other crap.
We keep losing highway trucker. He keeps
Yeah, I think he's probably just in a bad area. But I'll tell you what, I mean, and you were right. You know, what was that comment? It says, where was it at? Some about making live connections on live. Yeah, you're right. There's other. Yeah, anytime you can build a circle of friends and knowledge and help each other out one way or the other, that's always a good thing. Um, and you can tell by talking to people whether they're genuine or whether they're just trying to get something out of you. And just judging by these two fellows that came in, the information they're sharing is just genuine. It's genuine knowledge, and it's just genuine experience they're passing along. Because I'm sure they've had someone help them when they were starting out, and they're just trying to do the next stage in their progression is by helping somebody else learn more that they already learned. So.
So
Um,
speaking of that, Bentley and JT, anytime you guys want to come in on the live, feel free to get in touch with me and let me know. I try to do lives on Wednesdays and Fridays. If you guys want to
Okay.
come, I might if we get enough people and people want to watch, I might try to do it 3 days a week if time allows things to work out.
I'll tell you what though, for me, I'm a
Okay.
tired boy. It's 2.5 hours in for me. I am tired. Thanks for both the insight, JT and Highway.
Oh
Um,
yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
I
appreciate
appreciate
all
it
of it.
coming. I'm gonna hop in the back. I'm gonna keep the stream on and listen until I pass
We
out.
we ain't going much longer because I'm getting tired
Okay.
myself.
But I appreciate everybody in the comments. Yeah, Alaska, you gave me something to think about as well. So if I hit you up out of nowhere, then that means I want to move forward with some conversation and see what happens. But other than that, guys,
Good night, country.
Austin,
Good
Good
Jay,
night,
night,
country.
JT,
country.
Highway, y'all have
Oh
a great
yeah,
night. We'll
yeah.
see you next time.
Oh yeah, good
All
night,
right,
brother.
y'all. Later, guys.
For sure. Thank you, country man. Keep them videos coming.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, I really do. I mean it, guys. Highway and JT, you guys ever want to come in, man? If Austin's been in 3 or 4 times. I try to bring a bunch of different people in and as much as possible because knowledge is everything when it comes to
Yeah,
this.
this was a good networking night. It was nice you two
Yeah.
guys who came in and shared information. That was awesome.
Oh
Really
yeah, man.
appreciate
I had to. I said, I'll run a few weeks and get going. I said I got to join this live here.
Yeah. Anytime, man. Like I said, I
There you
try to
go.
do it at least twice a week. And
Yup.
if I can do 3 a week, I'll do 3 a week. We'll do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't matter to me if we can make it work.
it. Got to run. Cash is
Yeah.
king out on
Yup.
Friday.
It'd be good. It's good.
I don't know if we'll be able to beat him. Zulu Time says this is the best, not one teach one. You all are awesome. Bentley and JT, thank you for this. But I guess, guys, let's just call it tonight, man. I think it was
Oh,
a
you're
good
welcome.
stream. You guys,
Oh
both
yeah.
you two guys, JT and Bentley, you all have my number. Y'all can call me anytime. Keep in contact and
Will
network.
do.
Austin, same thing. You can always call me. You know that.
No,
But
Yeah.
I appreciate the platform. Yes, sir.
Okay.
yeah,
JT, you got JT, you got a YouTube?
Nah, man. I'm gonna start. I ordered a
Like you
GoPro and stuff, so I'm gonna start. Kind of shooting here, man. I just been head down, man, grinding. So I'm gonna kind of start.
can I give you
Filming
some
a little
piece of
bit.
advice?
Yes.
I went out and bought a bunch of shit like that, and Country said all you need is an iPhone or your phone. So let me tell you
Okay.
what I have. Let me tell you what I have. I have my laptop computer. You don't need the best laptop computer. What you do need, though, is you need an external microphone that plugs into your USB. It helps out. It makes the voice clearer with the microphone. So get you a nice
Gotcha.
microphone, $50 to $100. Get you a nice laptop. I think I've got 250 in the laptop. Doesn't need to be anything fancy.
Yeah.
I got an auxiliary cord that I use to plug into my laptop that plugs into my speakers of my truck stereo. That way I can hear you guys when you all talk rather than the speaker in the laptop. So that's basically what I have. But I have all those fancy cameras and shit too. Save your money. You'll never use them. I never use them. Use your iPhone. Yep.
Okay.
You don't
I
need
do
all
that.
that crap. You really don't. So
Ooh, good knowledge right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Got a crash 7 a.m.
I'm gonna just subscribe to your channel anyways, though. So when you drop,
Okay.
I see.
Bet. Thank you, man.
So yes, Brian, as long as
Don't
you're
mean
happy,
all you welcome.
matters. 10%, better deal for everyone. Zulu time question mark. Oh, you want their YouTube channels? Bentley's the only one that has a YouTube channel. You can put your link on there if you want to, Bentley. That way people can find you.
Hey, I don't need it. Let me see. For sure. All right, let me see. When you look up, it'll be on the Highway Trucker 1090.
Yeah, look up
Okay,
Highway
let's
Truck
see how
1090.
Oh man, let me see. Yeah. And if anybody like don't have a CDL and going to CDL school, y'all like for a company, y'all go through like I think Driver Solutions. They real cool. They gonna match you with a company.
Boy, me and
If
you,
you out of
JT,
Dallas, they'll send you to C1.
What were you
me and you,
saying?
JT, we could have a lot to talk about with Trans Am. Here,
Oh
hang on a
yeah.
second. I'll find this again. What's it?
I
Highway
like it.
Trucker what? Highway Trucker 1090?
Highway
one
Trucker
word?
1090.
Scam.
Yep. Huh.
Trans scam, man. That's what I
Yeah,
like
all one
about
word.
them.
He said. Yeah, them boys
Well,
terrible.
you got 2 subscribers now. I just hit subscribe.
Which one better, James? Trans Am or Eagle?
Oh, you knew about Eagle?
Yeah, because I used to work at Celadon. I used to pull their trailers.
I think I don't know, man. I think Eagle was a little bit better, but it didn't. So who said they found his channel?
I did.
Oh,
Highway Trucker.
yeah, post it on the comments down there, will you? Because I can't find it. You post a link to it?
How do I do that?
Just go to his channel at the top and just copy and paste basically.
Okay, so if I do that and I go back into there,
Why does it not find?
is that right?
Let me look and see. Hang on here. I wonder why that's not coming up. Oh, there you are. I got you.
I just recovered a load. One of the drivers had a heart attack.
Oh shit.
Crazy.
Hey, Highway Trucker, is that correct what I posted in the comments?
Let me see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
There's got to be a way that you could share it. There, I just subscribed to your channel too. Let me send it this way. I got a different way I can send it. Give me a second here.
Somebody got out of the truck, all lit up outside.
Oh yeah. Well,
All of us are
Shit,
being
I
stupid here trying to
turned
figure this
those
shit out.
lights on, man. I didn't. I'm gonna roll out here in a little bit, so I'm gonna
There.
check.
Share.
We're all about
Copy.
done. I've got to get up early in the morning too. When I drop this load in Orlando, I'm at home. I live in Florida also. I live in Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can get it in there now.
Tallahassee.
There we go. Huh. Life on 18 Wheels beat me to it.
See, I couldn't find where to get that link at.
Did I lose all you guys?
We're here.
Oh, we're here.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we still on. You guys?
That's weird. Hang on, guys.
We can hear you fine. You're the problem. Shoot.
I've been getting 1,500-pound loads all week.
I've just lost sound, guys, somehow.
Well, we could hear you. Can you hear us? I don't guess he can hear us. It's like that
All
TikTok.
right, guys, if you
Can
can hear
see
me, we're going to go ahead and cut it tonight because I've just lost sound for some reason.
I gotta subscribe to 18 Will. I think I am subscribed. I gotta make sure. And then I gotta subscribe to Alex Shaw.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.